called in and there was no reply?
I called in. I talked to 4 different people. They took my name and phone number, and they said somebody will call me back, and nobody did.
I promise you we'll take care of you.
Yep. Hang tight, my friend. We're going to get you the help that you need and send you a message. No, that's our pleasure. And thank you for giving us the opportunity. And also,
we make mistakes.
Well, yeah, we all make mistakes, right. Joe. You just how you clean up the mistake I call it mess on aisle 5.
Yeah.
Right? You got to clean up on aisle 5. You wish everything's perfect, but every once in a while you got to clean up on aisle 5. We're going to send this lady a Mr. Floor cleaning product because Igor's in Skokie as well. Take a quick break. 312-981-7200 is the Mega Pros call, text, and photo line. You are listening to Home to Home Chicago on AM 720 WGN.
News Nation this hour, I'm Don Kleppen. 3 mass shootings in the United States within 5 hours between Friday night and Saturday morning, leaving at least 2 people dead and 31 others hurt between them. The shootings happened in Austin, Texas, Savannah, Georgia, and Chicago, Illinois. The Austin shooting left at least 13 hurt, 2 victims in serious condition. Interim Police Chief Joseph Chacon says detectives there are still searching for the suspected gunman.
It's not clear at this point what sparked this off or why this happened, but out of an abundance of caution, have notified the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, which comes out on active shooter type scenarios in order to help with those investigations, and they are on the scene as well.
In Chicago, 10 people were shot. 1 of them has died, and police are on the hunt for 2 suspects in that shooting. In Georgia, 7 people were shot, including a 2-year-old. 1 adult has died from that shooting. A Chicago police officer facing federal charges for storming the U.S. Capitol building on January 6th. Federal prosecutors say Officer Carl Chezik was on medical leave when he traveled to Washington to take part in storming the Capitol. Prosecutors say he used the N-word and shared pictures about his role in the riots. The Fraternal Order of Police president has come to Chezik's defense. John Catanzara is president of Chicago's Fraternal Order of Police.
We harp on the fact that he's a Chicago police officer. He was not in uniform when he did this. He was on his own personal time when he did this.
Chezik was relieved of police powers. Second, he was required to turn his gun over an FOID card in court yesterday. He's at least the 10th person from Illinois charged in connection with the Capitol riot. Disney World is dropping its mask mandate starting next week for fully vaccinated visitors. They'll no longer be required to wear masks indoors or in most areas of the park. Masks will still be required on monorails and other Disney transports. Disney dropped its mask mandate outdoors last month. Those who are not vaccinated are still expected to keep wearing masks throughout the park. And a man in Massachusetts followed whole by a whale. Michael Packard is a commercial lobster diver. He was diving off the coast of Cape Cod about 45 feet down when he felt a bump, and then everything went black. At first, he thought he'd been attacked by a shark, but then realized it was a whale, and he was in its mouth. After about 30 seconds, the humpback whale surfaced and spit him out. He has some bumps and bruises, but is expected to be okay. Experts say humpbacks are not aggressive, and this was probably an accidental encounter while the whale was feeding on fish. Find News Nation on your cable or satellite provider and stay up to date around the clock at newsnationnow.com and on the News Nation Now app. I'm Don Kleppen.
Good morning. Muggy out there this morning with dew points in the 60s and 70s and air temperatures also in the 60s and 70s early on. We're heating up back into the upper 80s and low 90s today, about 91 for O'Hare. Lakeside stays a bit cooler, expecting closer to 80 degrees in Chicago downtown near the lake. A northeast wind 5 to 10 gusting to 20. More clouds than sun and a couple widely scattered showers and thunderstorms possible, especially later today into the evening. Overall, though, a lot of dry time, hot and humid. Tonight, mid-60s. Tomorrow, more sun, upper 80s. From the WGN Weather Center, I'm Morgan Kochmeyer.
This is Rich Dykstra from Dykstra Home Services. Now that our hot summer is finally here, we're busting out the hot deals for our WGN listeners. We're offering free estimates on Carrier high-efficiency systems with 0% financing for up to 6 years. Call now, and we'll have one of our comfort specialists come out and properly size a new system for your home. Or, if you need service, we can have a factory-trained technician out to your home in no time to fix your air conditioner, no matter what brand. Don't delay. Call Dykstra Home Services today at 1-800-421-3220 or visit WGNCoolingGuide.com. That's 800-421-3220. 800-421-3220 or WGNCoolingGuy.com. Carrier, turn to the experts and the experts at Dykstra Home Services, the only Carrier Hall of Fame dealer in Illinois. Dykstra Home Services, 800-421-3220 or WGNCoolingGuy.com. We'll keep you cool.
My name is David Hochberg, and I'm here with my good friend and my personal real estate attorney and estate planning expert, David Schluter. David, how long have you been in business?
35 years.
Why are wills so important?
They're important because they do say what's going to happen to your property upon your passing, but they also have one dual-edged sword, as they would say, which is they're also the road to the courthouse. A will is only valid if a probate judge blesses it. So you want to talk to your attorney about a living trust. That's a private will that will not have to go through the court system. Your information will not be in the courthouse and open to public record. Many people who I consult are shocked to learn that when they left their last law office that they would not be in court. But a will is the road to the courthouse. So call qualified estate planning attorney about a living trust.
If you're buying or selling a home like I am doing, you need to do what I did and call the law offices of David Schluter at 630-285-5300. That's 630-285-5300. David Schluter Law Office, David Schluter, best in the business.
Hey, siding guys, and all you hardworking tradesmen out there, we want to talk to you, the true craftsman, the special breed that puts everything into the job, the pride you feel in your job well done, no matter what it takes. You can be very proud of what you do. The business side of your trade can be full of unneeded nonsense. Waiting to get paid is awful. Mega Pros wants to talk with you. As a Mega Pro partner, you can trust we hate the nonsense and enjoy working with the best. Call, text, email, let's meet, have a coffee, and see if we can grow together.
One mega call does it all.
847-658-8989. 847-658-8989.
Megapros.com. One mega call does it all.
Start with all the porch rockin' grandparents who are running low on lemonade. For you, there's Walgreens, with safe ways to get your everyday essentials and prescriptions, including order online and pick up in as little as 30 minutes.
Exclusions apply. See walgreens.com/pickup for details.
Stay Plier today at 4. It's an encore presentation of our radio special, Women in Rock. Joan Jett, Debbie Harry, Pat Benatar, and Susie Quattro. Day Plier today at 4 on 720 WGN.
Now back to David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com. That's where you will find all the information of everybody that's involved with this fine radio show. Stephen Deerfield, you have a wax ring question for our plumbing expert. How are you?
Correct, David. Good morning. First of all, I've got a leak in the toilet. It was leaking down into the basement, and I discovered that, I feel it's probably the wax ring. And I know now they make one called a Sani Seal, which is kind of a synthetic material versus the old typical wax ring itself. And I'm looking for something that's going to be durable and it's going to stand up longevity-wise. So I'd like to get, the opinion of your team there, to find out what they think is the best way to go with the waxless kind or with the waxed traditional regular waxed ring.
Leak under the toilet. Typically, you do it in the toilet. It was an easy joke. I couldn't pass it up. So under. Did you
hear
that?
The echo?
I know. I got an echo.
Sounds like we're in a stadium.
That's okay. We've got major technical challenges we're overcoming on the fly here, but way to bring it up to everybody's attention.
Well,
Steven,
like they don't already know it.
Steven Suarez. Now everybody does. Steve Suarez, can you help our fine gentleman here from our fine listener from Deerfield?
Okay, well, first I'll address it like this. Wax rings have been around and been used for years and years and years. And they have been tried and true. They do the job every time. The newer products that have come out, they're iffy. We've removed them. We found mold underneath them. I don't recommend them. I would recommend using the wax rings without the plastic inserts, just the standard wax rings. If you have to, you can double them up, put them down, and then when you set that toilet down, make sure you feel that smash of that wax ring, and you're good to go.
Steve, why do you not like the horn on there?
Because what happens is with the horn, water will splash. Where I found that water, when you flush the toilet, it splashes on that horn and can cause, if you don't have a good seal, it to splash up and come out from underneath the toilet.
Oh, okay.
And also on some of these older homes that have the cast iron rings or cast iron collars, they fall in because you can't adjust them to go around and sit firmly on the closet collar.
Is that a do-it-yourself project that people replace toilets? You're talking to a guy that doesn't do anything in his house except call up a handyman to come out. Is that something that other listeners do? It can replace a toilet and do that? Is that easy to be done?
It depends on their what's in their wheelhouse and their mechanical ability, but it's definitely a do-it-yourself project. If they know what they're doing, know what parts to get, they can definitely do it. Just
be careful. Lift with your legs.
Lift with your legs, not with your back.
And Steve, it's always a good thing to use 2 rings, right?
I would use them just to be safe because this way you have it. Otherwise, you're going to be redoing it, and no one likes to do anything twice.
Right. All right, buddy?
Right. Okay, so you're saying when you use the 2 rings, whatever is excess will just kind of ooze out. You don't have to worry about it going down into the sewer itself?
No. It usually oozes out underneath the toilet, like around the base. If you feel underneath that base, there's around where the opening is of the toilet, there's a large amount of room there where it just sets it nice.
Okay, I appreciate your input, and like I said, I was looking for longevity and durability, and you set me straight, so thanks very much.
All right, hang tight, buddy. We're going to send you Mr. Floor Cleaning product, and thanks for listening to the show. Johnny, how are you? In Chicago, you have a question. How can we help you, John?
Yes, sir. Excuse me. I was looking when you always talk about closing costs, and my son is purchasing a new place, and they were charging about $160,000 house. They're charging about $10,000 for closing costs, and I thought that was sort of exorbitant.
How's your son's credit, John?
Pardon?
How's your son's credit?
Oh, fine. In fact, he has a house, but he which is paid for.
Right.
But this deal just came up quickly, and so it's like buying a new house because that's the way they're treating this thing. Because his house has not been sold yet.
Where's he buying the house, John? Locally or out of state?
Yes, it's south side. He's from the north side. He's suburb. And
okay. Here, closing costs on a home. A lot of listeners get confused on closing costs and cost to close. Okay, without seeing the loan estimate, I can't really talk about if your son is getting drilled or not. But if he has a loan estimate, I'll be more than happy to break it down. This is the government's way, everybody, of making it easier for the consumer to buy a home after the collapse in 07, 08 and all the Dodd-Frank regulations.
Right.
It made it twice as hard to explain to home buyers what the costs are because they lumped them all together. In the old system,
that's what I understood.
Well, here's the deal, John. I'm not saying that his current lender isn't drilling him in closing costs, which is a possibility, but he might be looking at, if he's escrowing his taxes, that's a cost to close, and it's not a closing cost. Okay? He has to pay a year's worth of insurance up front. That's a cost to close, not a closing cost. So, again, in the old system, it was easier.
I guess there is other items in this $10,000 in there. But he had a deal before which fell through, and the guy was charging him. They were charging him about $5,000.
Okay.
And now he's trying to get with another place.
All right.
And
well, here's the deal. I'll tell you what, John. I got to hit a break here, but I'm going to help you and help your son. And I want to talk about Chapter 13 because there's going to be a lot of our listeners losing their homes coming up here when this foreclosure moratorium lifts. So I want to help you, help your son. Can you call your son and ask him to send you a copy of the loan estimate that has all the charges listed on the form, and I will review it for you and him free of charge. Make sure he's not getting picked off. Okay, Johnny?
Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Hang on for your Mr. Floor Cleaning product. This is where people come for answers to their challenges, whether it's, I don't know what the hell my friend in Deerfield was talking about with the wax rings and toilet bowls, because there's not a shot of me picking up a toilet. I just learned I was 54. I thought I was 53 until I try to answer a security question. I was telling this to Steve on the way down. It says, how old are you? And I'm like, 53. It said, wrong. So I'm just like, hey, crap. So I'm 54 years old. I'm a strong guy. I'm in
54
shape.
54 and a bad memory. But
Right.
that's okay.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Let's not go down that path. Okay, Mr. Wine Guy. All right. Your kids don't even know how old you are. Okay, how old your grandkids are, but that's another story. People, this is where our listeners come to. It's a safe place to get honest answers, right? That's what Home Sweet Home Chicago is all about.
That's why I like this show.
That's why we like the show. That's why we come down every Saturday. We got nothing better to do.
Oh, come on.
You're right. We don't. 312-981-7200. You're listening to Home Sweet Home Chicago on AM 720 WGN. That's a MegaPro's call, text, and photo line, by the way. And we've got a ton of text questions that we will get to as well. But coming back, we're going to throw it over to Stephen A. Leahy to talk taxes and how you can save your home with the Chapter 13 and why it's important to prepare yourself and get those taxes filed properly if you're on extension. Home Sweet Home Chicago, AM 720 WGN.
WGN.
You may already know Mr. Floor for the beautiful wood floors that we install, sand, and refinish. Mr. Floor is a full-service local Chicagoland company who has provided homeowners and businesses with complete flooring solutions for over 30 years. Hi, I'm Igor Marak of Mr. Floor, and born out of our extensive experience and knowledge with hardwood floors comes the best hardwood floor cleaner on the market. As we visit Chicagoland homes and businesses every day, we see the damage that incorrect floor maintenance can cause. Most people are not cleaning their hardwood floors properly, and as we all know, a bucket of water and a mop is the surest way to ruin a wood floor. Forget about those harsh chemicals and cleaning products that leave your floors hazy and lifeless. We've researched, developed, and now produce the best hardwood floor cleaner ever. Our cleaner breaks the bonds of dirt and grease from your floor's coating without harming it. It's also eco and pet friendly too. Thousands of Mr. Floor clients have been using our cleaners for years, and now you can too. Visit us online at MrFloor.com to learn more and place your order. Use promo code WGN at checkout for a special offer. Mr. Floor, the first and last name in floors.
Are you moving or downsizing? I'll bet you're feeling overwhelmed with all of your worldly possessions. Or maybe you've been put in charge of an estate. That's a lot of responsibility and work. Where do you even start? Start with The Great Estate. Call 847-805-8878. The Great Estate will organize and sell your things the same way they helped Phil and his wife. They were moving to Minneapolis. They did not have room for the trains he spent 40 years collecting. And they helped Steve move his mom to assisted living. She wanted to sell her doll collection to help pay for her care. If you've got tools or toys, jewelry, or whatever you no longer want, need, or have a place to store, call 847-805-8878. 847-805-8878, taking a compassionate approach to finding the best solution for you and your memories with in-house consignment or clearing out those last items at the end. They're eager to help you move on. The Great Estate. Call 847-805-8878.
It's that time of year, and as a landscaper, that can only mean one thing. It's my time to hustle. And with Metro by T-Mobile, me and my brothers now have the extra tools we need to get this gig growing. Metro gave us 4 lines of unlimited high-speed data for just $25 each. Plus, they threw in 4 free Galaxy phones just for switching. Now we can keep in touch no matter where we're mowing and keep the social feed updated so the whole town knows who's taking charge of these yards.
You work hard. That's why Metro makes switching easy. Right now, there's 0 fees to switch. Enjoy Metro's lowest price on unlimited, just $25 a line for 4 lines. Plus, get 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, all on the T-Mobile network.
I'm Robin, and that's how I rule my day with Metro.
Users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile. Video streams at 480p plus device sales tax with eligible port-in and no T-Mobile service in past 180 days. 1 phone per line, keep 4 line for promo rate. Additional terms. Limited time offer. Details at metrobytmobile.com.
Back to Home Sweet Home Chicago.
Ready, Zella? 312-981-7200. Steve coming out hot. Turn the mics on right out of the break. Ready as they ever be. Tax preparation. Last time you were on, this is a serious topic. The IRS is on record as stating that they have loaded up with new employees, new agents.
30,000 new agents.
30,000 new agents that all come with salaries and all come with benefits and all come with health care and all come with government pensions eventually down the road, which means 30,000 new employees is going to cost X number of millions of dollars in payroll. that they're going to want to recoup. They're not just hiring 30,000 new agents just to have them on so they could have a softball team and a soccer team fully stocked. They're there to, and I said they're there back in that, right? That's skill right there. And there's another.
You're a radio professional.
Right. I whatever. But
you could have said they are there.
They are there. Thank you, Joe. English 101. Joseph is a savant over there. So they are there to get money out of the United States citizens, and especially those that own businesses. So can you talk about what our business owners and our listeners who don't own businesses, who are playing games on their taxes, need to be aware of to prep themselves up for next year when they file, because they're going to probably go back 2-3 years to be ready and do it right so they have less in their risk of an audit. Because I've had an audit. It's not a fun situation.
Not a good thing,
No, it's not a good thing.
So it's a great time to talk about it because we just finished the tax season, and you probably just had your tax returns completed. Maybe if you own a business, I would always say get a tax preparer to do it. You don't want to do it yourself because that's a red flag for the IRS. That's first thing the IRS is looking for. Did you do your own tax returns? Because they're complicated, and if you try to do them yourself, you're probably making mistakes, and they know that, and so they're going to target you to audit you. So that's why you don't want to do your own tax return, especially if you run a business. Who pays the most money in taxes in our society? Small business people. They pay the most. Why is that? Because they don't structure and organize their business correctly. And so they pay self-employment tax and income tax and all these other taxes, and they don't get the proper deductions. When you had your tax returns completed just recently, did your tax preparer sit you down and say, maybe you could do this, maybe you should do that? Do a review to find out what's the best way to structure your business, organize your paperwork, this will help you eliminate your debt and help you grow your business. And that's what it's all about, right? How do you grow your business?
Because a lot of our listeners who are business owners own a home, use their home's equity, which has gone up good 30% in the past 12 months in some areas, more in other areas, and not as much in other areas, to fund their business.
Yep.
And there's ways that you need to set yourself up. And why are you here? What the hell do we need a tax guy, an IRS tax guy on a home show? Well, number one, you're enjoyable once in a while to drive down with. Driving home, you're an absolute disaster. Oh, look, McDonald's. You hungry, Dave? You hungry? Oh, Portillo's. You want to grab something? No, I just want to get home. Oh, you sure? It smokes.
The beef, Mr. Beef.
Yeah, the beefs are good. Here, how about a Dunkin' Donuts? You want a donut? No, but you're here because a lot of our listeners own their own business. A lot of our listeners use their home to finance that business, especially during the past year.
Absolutely.
And I always said you better have a HELOC ready in case we have an event like COVID that our listeners could tap into. And that's important. That's why you're here.
And it's also, we talk about Chapter 13 and saving your home through a Chapter 13 as we have talked about. I also help people with foreclosure. So I know about how to help you save your home if you're facing foreclosure. So these are things that I help homeowners every day with. When we talk about businesses, and if you're running your own business, and so many of us are now running our own business, you need to really take a look at it, structure your business correctly. Again, and that will help you eliminate that. There's the other things that I help people do.
Let's talk about Chapter 13.
Okay.
Can you save your home by filing bankruptcy?
Almost always a Chapter 13 is referred to as a home saving measure, right? So that's usually the purpose of a Chapter 13 is to save your home, because there's mechanisms within a Chapter 13 to help you pay what they call arrears. So arrears are, if I've missed some mortgage payments, I still owe the mortgage company money. So how do I pay that money back? And a lot of times, if people were out of work, for instance, and I've missed a couple of mortgage payments, and now I'm back to work, but I try to make my mortgage, but the mortgage company will say, no, you have to pay that whole lump sum back at one point. And you say, well, I can't. I can pay
Who the hell's got that money?
I can pay my regular monthly mortgage payment, but that arrears, I can't pay it back. So that's what Chapter 13 is for. You could pay it back over a period of up to 60 months. So now when you file a Chapter 13, the mortgage company must start accepting your payments again, so you can make your regular monthly payments. And now you can pay what you owe behind in a monthly payment. So if I let's say I owe $12,000 in back payment, that's $200 a month. For 60 months, right? $100 a month for 60 months is $6,000. So if I paid $200 a month for 60 months, that's $12,000, and I can reinstate my mortgage.
You have helped a number of listeners of this show save their home. And the reason I'm bringing it up, because the eviction no-fly zone was lifted at the end of May. The foreclosure no-fly zone that they can't touch anybody ends in about 3 weeks. We're at the end of June. So the foreclosure notices are coming. And you have helped out a ton of listeners of this show save their home with the Chapter 13 that we're now helping you refinance out of a 13.
Absolutely.
So they had economic challenges. They listened to the show. They didn't know what to do. They contacted you. You saved their home, reorganized their debt so they could keep their kids in the schools that they were in, and they didn't have to disrupt their lives. And now, after 12 months of payments to the bankruptcy trustee, we're now petitioning because there's equity built into their home.
Exactly.
Due to the increase in the values that we've experienced, that they can now take the balance of the 13, roll it into an FHA loan, and get out of bankruptcy faster.
Absolutely, and that's the best way to save your home. And there's ways to do it, but you have to know how to go about it.
This ostrich technique, where you bury your head in the sand and think everything, you're not looking at the financial challenge that you have. I'm telling you, listeners, on the 31st of June, are there 31 days in June? I can never remember. 36 days? Okay. There's Joe's calendar is 36.
I like June. I want it to last a little longer.
I want Joe's calendar. 312-981-72. They're coming for your home. Foreclosure moratorium's lifted.
Take action.
I'm getting to wrap it up right now, so I got to go into a break. 312-981-7200. Megapro's call, text, and photo line. You're listening to Home Sweet Home Chicago on AM 720 WGN.
Back in 1969, when Gary Lindemann was a firefighter on the North Shore, he started Lindemann Chimney Company out of concern for fire safety. Today, Lindemann Chimney and Fireplace is the leader in the chimney industry and remains a family business. They'll handle anything related to your fireplace or chimney, from annual maintenance and cleanings to chimney tuck pointing and masonry, gas logs and fireplace installation to impressive fireplace remodels. Call the pros at Lindemann Chimney and Fireplace. Did you know that summer is the best time to schedule that chimney and fireplace appointment? It's time to inspect and clean out that dirty, smelly fireplace and get ready for the fall. WGN listeners will receive $75 off the regular price. Schedule instantly online at cleanfireplace.com. That's cleanfireplace.com. Lindemann Chimney and Fireplace. Safe and sound since 1969.
Donna Sattler, friend, trusted business partner, and Remax at Home Realtor. How long have you been a realtor?
I started my career with Remax at Home, and I'm proud to say this is my 20th year, David.
You know, Donna, I've known you for a long time. You've helped listeners sell their homes like you helped my parents sell their home. Why should listeners or their kids or their families call you if they are selling their home?
You know, I have the market knowledge and experience to help listeners sell their home in the least amount of time for the most amount of money.
That sounds amazing, but how do you do that?
The process is pretty simple. You know, David, I price it correctly, make sure it looks good compared to the competition, and aggressively market the home as Remax has done a million times.
If you are selling a home in the northwest suburbs or east of the Edens and 294 up to the Wisconsin line, call Donna at 847-255-0778. That's 847-255-0778.
Thank you, David. I'm looking forward to helping our listeners sell their home in 2021.
Edgar sits in his parked car, which won't be parked for long because it's getting towed. Good thing he's joyfully scratching a new Extreme Cash instant ticket from the Illinois Lottery. Anyone could win in an instant. Play today. Game odds available on IllinoisLottery.com. Must be 18 years or older to play.
Here's your suitcase, Grandma.
Oh, thanks, you, Junior.
Where are you going?
Grandma going to International Fashion Show.
Wow.
Grandma become big shot famous designer with face masks Grandma invent.
Wow.
Potato sack mask for working in garden. Matching babushka mask for grocery store.
I like that.
Only problem, Junior?
What's that?
Grandma need money for a new mask business.
Well, First American Bank can help you with a business loan. They have the best loan deals in town.
Oh, tells Grandma more.
Well, First American rates haven't been this low in years.
Oh, so First American help Grandma with fancy schmancy detour masks.
I think you mean couture.
Okay.
Where's this international fashion show?
Oh, exciting fashion city, Paducah.
Huh, I see.
Soon Grandma be magazine cover, Fashion Mongrels of Baltics.
I think you mean moguls.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
First American Bank, the bank that does more for your money. Call us at 847-952-3700. Visit us online at firstambank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Bob Surratt in the morning. It's the program that asks the question, do those push-to-cross buttons at the crosswalk actually do anything? Turn us on first thing in the morning, 5 until 9 a.m. on 720.
WGN Chicago.
A Nexstar Media Group station.
Right around 85 degrees under sunny skies at 11 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Don Kleppen. This news report is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 3 mass shootings across the country overnight, including one here in Chicago, which left 1 person dead and 9 others hurt. First, a look at WGN traffic. On the interstates, a crash just cleared on the Kennedy inbound at Manheim. It's 41 from O'Hare downtown, 31 from Montrose. The express lanes can save you about 10 minutes inbound. Outbound, it's 40 minutes out to the Edens and 1 hour to O'Hare. Eisenhower's 35 between 390 and the old post office. Outbound Dike slow from the tri-state to north. There's a crash and fuel spill. 2 right lanes are blocked. There's a sand truck that was just called for to get out there. Lakeshore Drive, some delays southbound from North Ave around the Oak Street curve. And the tri-state, there was a crash just cleared near St. Charles. Still some solid traffic there. 355 northbound. Heavy traffic from North Ave to Army Trail. 3 left lanes are closed for work until 6 a.m. Monday. Chicago police on the scene of a shooting in Chatham this morning that left 1 woman dead, 9 others hurt. All 10 victims were on the sidewalk at 75th when 2 men approached the group and started shooting. WGN's Judy Wang with more.
Now, this happened right outside Francis Cocktail Lounge and Lem's Barbecue, and across the street is Brown Sugar Bakery. Vice President Kamala Harris stopped at that bakery while she was in town recently. Residents told us off camera that on Friday and Saturday nights, you'll often find hundreds and hundreds of people in the street. And in fact, they said it's very hard to drive your car through the crowd. A lot of that, they say, according to the residents here, is spill out from that bar.
Residents have complained to aldermen about block parties taking place there, not approved by the city. They say hundreds of people are in the streets on weekend evenings. No suspects in custody. 17 people have been shot since yesterday. Police are looking for a suspect after a woman was stabbed inside a grocery store in Lakeview. It happened Friday afternoon at the Marianos on North Broadway. Police say 2 women got into some kind of argument. That's when one of them pulled out a sharp object and stabbed the other woman. The offender then ran off. The victim was taken to Illinois Masonic. She's in good condition. With COVID restrictions being lifted across the country, many employers are reporting problems finding enough staff. A lot of them have been offering incentives. In New Orleans, a strip club is offering $1,000 signing bonus to female dancers. Larry Flint's Hustler Club reopened in February with 6 dancers. It's now up to 15. As it returns to a full 7-day schedule, it needs a total of 65. So far, no one's taken advantage of the bonus. Casey Rich is a tourist.
I need a job, but not that one. So I get it, and then I don't. But I think that's insane because there's so many people in this city, and everybody needs a job right now, so I don't think anybody should be canceling options out, you know?
The strip club says in addition to the signing bonus, dancers get to set their own schedules. They also say customers are excited to be back out and tipping more than usual. Six Flags Great America has agreed to pay $36 million to settle a class action lawsuit over its use of fingerprint scanners at the Illinois park. The suit was filed in 2016 after a boy had his finger scanned without his parents' permission during a school field trip. Season pass holders and visitors who went to Six Flags between October 1st of 2013 and December 31st of 2018 could get up to $200 each. A final hearing in a Lake County court is set for October 29th. The Fast and Furious series is nearing the finish line. Vin Diesel says the franchise will end after 2 more films. Diesel has been with the series since it began in 2001. The final 2 films could come out in 2023 and 24. He says the upcoming Fast 9 will be part 1 of the series' final trilogy. WGN Sports now. Here's Andy Mazer.
Well, the White Sox and Tigers meet up this afternoon in Game 2 of their series. Dylan Cease heads to the mound for the White Sox. He's owned the Tigers in his young career, 7-0, and an ERA just under 2 in 7 starts. He's not given up a run to Detroit in 2 victories this season. The White Sox took Game 1 last night 5-4 in 10 innings. Kyle Hendricks takes the mound for the Cubs in a night game at Wrigley Field against the Cardinals. Hendricks beat St. Louis in May. He's 6-1 over his last 7 starts. The ERA just over 3. John Gant will pitch for St. Louis. He is 4-3 on the year. Cubs came back to win yesterday's game 8-5 over the Cardinals. At the French Open in the women's single final, unseeded Barbara Krejcikova beat Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in 3 sets to win the French Open title and her first Grand Slam title. NBA playoffs coming up tonight has the Clippers hosting the Jazz in Game 3 of their Western Conference semifinal. Jazz leading that series 2-0. And the Sky will visit Indiana tonight in the WNBA. I'm Andy Mazer, WGN Sports.
And now we'll look at your forecast from the WGN Chicago Weather Center with meteorologist Morgan Kolkmeyer.
Good morning. We start out this morning with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Dew points not far behind that as well, so a bit muggy out there this morning, and we'll keep that into the afternoon. Winds are calm here early on with a northeast wind in place this afternoon, 5 to 10, gusting to 20 miles per hour. Lakeside readings stay a bit cooler as a result, closer to 80 lakeside. Inland expecting to get up to 90 or low 90s even. More clouds than sun, a few widely scattered showers and thunderstorms possible, especially later today and into this evening. Tonight, mid-60s. Tomorrow, back into the upper 80s and close to 90. From the WGN Weather Center, I'm Morgan Kolkmeyer.
Yeah, temperatures have creeped up a bit. We're now above 90 degrees at O'Hare and Midway. It's 88 in Joliet and 85 in Aurora. It is muggy and a lot of sunshine out there for the day. I'm Don Kleppen on Chicago's very own 720 WGN.
Thanks, Don. It's 62, and we're freezing our tchotchkes off here in Studio 8, Donnie. So come on, walk down and cool off a little bit.
All right.
After the break, we got Kevin with the paint question. Tom wants to compliment somebody, and Michael from Oswego's got a question about a mailbox.
To most, it's just another sidewalk or parking lot. But to Robert R. Andreas & Sons, it's a work of art, perfectly paved with attention to detail. Andreas & Sons, a family-owned Chicagoland business with the experience to handle any job. Patios, stairs, foundations, driveways, loading docks, warehouse floors. Andreas & Sons does it all. Commercial, industrial, or residential. If your project requires concrete or asphalt, then you need to contact the experts, Andreas & Sons. For a free estimate, call 708-863-5735. That's 708-863-5735. Or just visit AndreasConstruction.com. Robert R. Andreas & Sons, general contractors specializing in high-quality professional concrete and asphalt solutions since 1956. Call 708-863-5735. That's 708-863-5735. Or visit AndreasConstruction.com.
If last year taught us anything, it's to make the most of every day. And if for you that means making a move, whether it's for more space, less space, or a better outdoor space, my team can help. This is Jill Van Riet, Realtor with legendary brokerage Baird & Warner. I manage one of the fastest growing real estate teams west of 59, an area that's booming. That's why it's important to have someone who's well acquainted and well connected to the area to help you navigate this highly competitive market. Buying a home can be incredibly stressful. Let our Zen Home Real Estate Group lighten your load. My clients often remark how my team made their real estate experience easier and as stress-free as possible. That's helped us maintain our 100% customer satisfaction rating year after year. I service Illinois and Wisconsin, specializing in properties west of 59. For your next real estate move, go to JillVanRiet.com. That's RIET. And let me and my team find your next home or home buyer.
Family owned and operated since 1961, Peerless Fence Group is among the largest fence companies in the Midwest, serving residential and commercial customers throughout Chicagoland. They offer fencing installations with a variety of beautiful and durable options, including wood, vinyl, aluminum, chain link, steel, wrought iron, and more. Whether it's installation, service, or repair, or materials only, Peerless is ready with appointments, whether it be for your home or for your business that needs privacy, protection, and security. Peerless has decades of experience collaborating with a variety of clients who serve commercial and residential properties, offering repairs, materials, and parts, as well as installation. Family owned for over 55 years, serving Chicago, the suburbs, Indiana, and Ohio. Peerless Fence also offers 0% interest financing for 24 months. And with free estimates and, of course, always following PPE guidelines, Peerless Fence promises safety along with quality service and integrity. Head to peerlessfence.com to request a free consultation or call 630-584-7710. Beautify your yard. Protect your investment with Peerless Fence.
This episode of Home Sweet Home Chicago is sponsored by David Hochberg and Mega Pros Home Improvement and Restoration, Builders Supply Outlet, Lindemann Chimney Company, Ray Kaplan, and RJ Graham Plumbing. For additional sponsors of the Home Sweet Home program, please visit WGNradio.com/Home Sweet Home Chicago. Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. We've got more texts and calls this week than we've had probably all year. And I think it has to do with me slowing down.
What you saying? So I wonder, like all these years, if nobody could understand you.
Maybe if you had somebody else host the show, we'd get more calls.
Well,
or maybe it's because I haven't been here for 6 weeks and everybody's just...
Not one of the
I think
calls
that's
were
it.
for you, though.
Really?
No.
Oh.
And Jake just chimed in from the control booth. That's why John Hanson does so well.
John Hanson rocks.
312. All right, slow down. I'm standing right here. 312. 312. I got enough therapy. I got to go. I got 3 sessions a week. I don't need another. Got to do loans. 312-981-7200 is a Mega Pros call, text, and photo line. We have a picture from an 847. Holy smokes, do you have problems that we're going to get to. Cement board. JD, hang tight. We're going to get to you before the break. Kevin, you want to paint some brick. How can we help you, my friend?
Yeah, I've had a couple of opinions on painting brick. What I've got is my house is probably 80%, 90% sided, but there's brick fascia, and it's original from 1996, but it's white brick, like a paint on it, and I'm wondering, I want to paint that a different color, all right? Do I prime this stuff? I've heard a few different things. I just want to make sure I do it right. So
Well, it's about a week too late because Tony was in here last week.
So Tony would have all the preparation answers.
Yeah, we're going to give you a number to call. All right.
All right.
It's Tony DiStefano from JC Licht. Ready?
Tony from JC Licht.
Yeah, he's a good. He was in here last weekend,
But he really knows his stuff.
he'll like this would be like, yeah, do this, that, and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Joe, we don't know this stuff. So here, call Tony 630-877-7009. Can you repeat that back to us so we make sure you got it right, Kev?
I have 630-877-7009.
Yeah, and there's 40 JC Licks around the listening area. JCLICHT. So after he gives you the advice that you need, you could run into one of the stores, and he'll tell you where there's one close to your home. Okay.
Hey, perfect. Thanks a lot, guys. You have a fantastic day.
All right, thanks for hanging on, brother. Hang on for your Mr. Floor Cleaning sample-free product. 312-981-7200. Thomas, how are you?
This is Mike.
Mike, how are you?
Good. I used you and Eric, or Scott, for my refi for my condo in Florida.
Okay, well, thank you for calling. It says Thomas on the screen here.
Flawless. Now I'm in the black. I was in the red for 10 years because my loan interest. Hey, I got a question about Schluter, David Schluter. He can do estate planning, right? I have a friend who needs to get custody of her niece because she's got disabilities and she needs to care for this person. And I'm thinking David Schluter can recommend what to do, right?
Yes, I think I know you're right. So I'm going to give you Dave Schluter's phone number.
Actually, I got it already. He's in Roselle, right?
He's in Roselle. Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah, I Googled him to make sure, but I wanted to make sure that he can help her.
He did our estate planning.
Yeah, he helped Joe. And if he could help Joe, for the love of God, he could definitely help
Joe and Judy were the problem.
Hey, listen, no, seriously, the refi went flawlessly. I mean, it's a lot harder than it was in 2008, but fortunately I have really good credit and stuff. But Scott was like, his team was really good.
Scott's better than David.
Yeah, Scott's a hell of a lot better than me.
I thought you guys were partners.
No, we are. Well, Scott liked to tell people that. We're really not. But if it makes Scott happy, then yeah, we're partners. But okay, but hang on, buddy. We're going to send you Mr. Floor Cleaning product. Really appreciate you listening to the show, giving us a chance to help you with that loan down in Florida. We have Michael in Oswego. How are you, Michael?
Yeah. Hey, guys. What's up? Just something. I had the same problem with that condensation coming in on my second floor light. I put some Armaflex on the conduit. That fixed it. But anyways,
Well, hang on, Michael. We got a couple.
Armaflex, you mean foam around the pipe, right?
Yeah, like the pipe insulation, the Armaflex, like what you use on AC lines and stuff.
You're a smart man.
Well, hang on. Just before you go into your mailbox question, we had a bunch of texters text in. Tell the man to check out the vents on the roof for blockage, especially bird's nest.
Different problem.
The problem with the smoke detector 630 is all condensation. The solution is to stop warm air from hitting the cold air in the winter. Time in the attic. Take the smoke detector down, pull the wires out, and put the box a long tube of caulk in there, and caulk it and let it set up before putting the smoke detectors back in.
Right.
And then had the same problem with the light fixtures on the second floor of my home. Found water in the conduit when I was pulling the old wire. Found all the vents were plugged with bird nests. Spray, and then here's 630. Spray closed cell foam insulation installed in my attic in January. And that sweet, sickening smell coming out of the attic. The insulation guy is coming on Tuesday. So I guess they didn't like the foam cell suggestion. But you have a question about a mailbox, Michael?
Yeah. So I want to tackle this brick mailbox out, where the mailbox goes, and also like a light to kind of balance out the driveway. But I don't know if I start this endeavor, do I have to dig down 4 feet and have a whole slab of concrete to hold up the brick, or can I just do like 2 post holes down 4 feet and then frame out for like a foundation to accept like the 3x2 brick?
Wait,
pier?
David has something funny.
Are you putting in a mailbox more than 20 tons or less than 20 tons?
I knew it was going to be
That was
funny
good.
as soon as you held up your hand.
that was good.
No, it's not 20 tons. It's just some face brick that I had left over from when the house got built.
I get it. So
And,
you're going to use maybe a cement block and then face brick it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go with an oversized pier and you're going to be fine. And it's 42 inches if you're going to go below the frost line.
What size pier would you suggest?
So is your mailbox post going to be 12 by 12 or 24 by 24?
It's like 3 foot by 2 foot.
So there.
That's a big mailbox.
That's a huge.
Well, it's got
Is this a farm?
Be half of that with like a little planter box. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. That's cool. I would go with 2 oversized piers. You can go with a 16-inch pier.
Okay.
And you would still
Awesome. Well,
put
thanks
a
a lot,
slab
guys.
on top of that.
I'd go with the 20-ton mailbox.
I
myself.
understand what you would do, David. But I would still put a slab on top of the 2 16-inch piers.
Correct. Yeah. All right.
No, you should be fine.
Hang on, Mike. We're going to
That's
send you a
nice
Mr. Floor.
project. That's a big deal.
We're going to send you a Mr. Floor Cleaning product, buddy. 312-981-7200. I'm supposed to go slow. A couple of shout outs. Lola, our girlfriend Lola, who's been with us a long time. She was the listener who had challenges. She lost her job. She worked for a major airline, lost her job. I refinanced her back in 2008, and we saved her home. She's listening. And also Wendy Snyder. Remember Wendy Snyder? Of
course.
She's like, I just replaced a toilet. I just replaced my wax rings myself, and I lifted my own toilet. She's like, I just did it on YouTube. I go, thanks for making me feel inferior here. Here's Wendy Snyder freaking dead squatting a toilet.
She wouldn't know how to write a mortgage.
Well, that's true. I've done her loans.
She might have, though.
No,
I don't think so.
I worked with her. I did her kitchen and her floors.
What does it have to do with her mortgage?
No, she's very handy.
She's very handy.
Very handy. She was doing a lot of some of the demo work herself.
Yes, I'm still saying she can't write a mortgage.
I don't know
But
that.
she's great with the sledgehammer. We're going to take a quick break here. 312, and we're going to get to our friend with the 847 who texted in a picture. What's the challenge he's got, Steve? Something with the water heater?
Well, he's got a water heater that looks like where it terminates outside, that it's damaging the fiber cement board, which usually you get answers from a photo, but this one leaves me with more questions than answers.
All right. Well, we're going to try to help our
So maybe you can call in. What's his name?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. Jake, can you call the texter with the cement board challenge on the outside that came in at 10:16, please? 312-981. Thank you, Jake. Jake said nope. 312-981-7200.
I read lips. I can see it through the window.
Thanks for participating in the show.
Good support.
Hey, Jake, wake up. All right, we got another hour and 40 minutes to go. It's all right. I know he doesn't want to call. He's protesting.
He's
something.
shy.
He's very shy. 312-981-7200 is Mega Pro's call, text, photo line. You are listening to Home Sweet Home Chicago on AM 720 WGN.
Radio's on and I'm moving.
Hi, it's Lindsay from House Smarts Radio. You've heard me talk about Builder's Supply Outlet for years, but now hear from their customers, John and Carol from Schaumburg.
We were looking to remodel the entire kitchen, so we ended up hearing about you guys on the radio.
The designer, she was very accommodating.
When you walk in, there's really, for me, there was no stress.
There's no pressure. Take your time. What do you want to do with it?
Absolutely.
People have asked. I said, this is where we get our stuff, Builder's Supply Outlet.
Right.
But I actually felt that it was just like everything was here and fit it in within our budget.
If we didn't have a good experience, we wouldn't be doing this. I mean, the experience was, I would say, phenomenal.
Another satisfied customer. But remember, we're so much more than kitchen cabinets. Builder's Supply Outlet is located just 5 miles east of the Oakbrook Shopping Mall on Cermak Road in Broadview, or online at buildersupplyoutlet.com.
Quality and savings are what you get at Builder Supply Outlet.
Since 1982, JC Restoration has been successfully restoring damaged properties in the greater Chicagoland area for thousands of homes and business owners. JC Restoration's compassionate and empathetic team will help pick up the pieces after a disaster. JC Restoration offers complete emergency mitigation services for properties affected by water, fire, smoke, mold, or storms. Their emergency response teams are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And with JC Restoration, you'll receive the fastest possible response to your needs. From water and fire damage restoration to emergency cleanup and board up to full reconstruction services, JC Restoration is the company to call. Go to JCR24.com or call 800-956-8844. JC Restoration, helping you rebuild your home, your business, your life after disaster strikes.
It's that time of year, and as a landscaper, that can only mean one thing. It's my time to hustle. And with Metro by T-Mobile, me and my brothers now have the extra tools we need to get this gig growing. Metro gave us 4 lines of unlimited high-speed data for just $25 each. Plus, they threw in 4 free Galaxy phones just for switching. Now we can keep in touch no matter where we're mowing, and keep the social feed updated, so the whole town knows who's taking charge of these yards.
You work hard. That's why Metro makes switching easy. Right now, there's 0 fees to switch. Enjoy Metro's lowest price on unlimited, just $25 a line for 4 lines. Plus, get 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones, all on the T-Mobile network.
I'm Robin, and that's how I rule my day with Metro.
Users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile. Video streams at 480p plus device sales tax with eligible port in and no T-Mobile service in past 180 days. 1 phone per line, keep 4 line for promo rate. Additional terms. Limited time offer. Details at metrobytmobile.com.
Get real in the morning with Larry Potash, Robin Baumgarten, Paul Conrad, and the entire WGN TV morning news team. Weekdays 4 to 10.
Home Sweet Home Chicago.
Got a great email here from Tom.
You've got mail.
I recently did a trifecta, having refinanced my home with Team Hochberg, having Permaseal do my basement, and Mega Pro's doing both my bathrooms currently. Isn't there a club for us home sweet homers at WGN? We are in debt with you guys literally for all the advice and services. Party on, dudes.
Party on, Wayne! Party on, Garth.
Well done.
Instead of home sweet homers, it's going to be home sweet homies.
Now I know we're all going to be homies.
Kevin McDonough came up with it.
Home sweet homies.
I like home sweet homers.
Keep it real, homies.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com, WGNDavid.com. Text from Wendy Snyder. Yeah. Yes, can't do mortgages. You know that better than anybody. You know me with numbers, not good, but I could replace a toilet with the best of them. Say hi to Tom for me. So there you go, Tom. You got a shout out by Wendy Snyder.
There you go. Can I commend her on that? That is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a lovely
keep
person.
killing it. Keep killing it. You know, I love to see women
You
do
just
plumbing.
want more people to be plumbers.
Hey, I love it. You know, if it's within your wheelhouse, you know, have at it. But if it's something that you can't handle, give us a call.
Wendy's got strong arms and does a lot of squats. I know that from experience. And she can lift a toilet bowl with not just with two hands, but with one hand because she's so damn strong. 312-981-7200. You want to talk about old homes and the challenges that you and your team have been facing retrofitting and repairing old homes. Can you dive a little deeper into that?
Oh, sure. Well, what you have there is when you have an older home, and typically you're talking over 50 years old, you start running, the plumbing starts to go, which everyone knows, galvanized pipes, iron pipe, cast iron starts to rot.
You can say that about men, right, Steve?
Wow.
Steve's turning. Steve was just talking about he's going to be 60 this year.
Can't stop laughing.
Things aren't working.
I'm going to be 60 next year.
Things aren't working, so
You're
it
gonna
kind
be
of
60?
applies to Stephen A. Leahy.
You look like you're 40.
Yeah,
he looks great. You got cataracts, but that's all. Steve Suarez, keep going.
Well, just when you're dealing with the older piping, the piping is it can be just the beginning, because when you go to access that, there are other hazards that these homes were built with the materials of their day, and they were thought to be the greatest products out there. And now you've got to get to these pipes that are in the wall. And if it's in a wall, you don't know what kind of hazards, such as lead paint's on the wall. Or if it's really old, you don't know what's in the plaster.
How about this? How about the geniuses when they built homes in the 60s, put the pipes on the outside wall without insulation?
Well, that just goes without saying.
Well, yeah, I know. And then you got to keep the vanities open in the wintertime so you get the heat from the house in there so the pipes don't freeze.
Right.
I mean, what type of jackhole came up with that?
Well,
I mean, as you're building a home in the 60s, yeah, you know what? It gets 40 below here in the winter. Yeah, let's put the pipe on the outside brick wall.
You'd be surprised how many times people will build something, they'll break their arms, patting themselves on the back because they don't have to deal with it again once it's done.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You know, they're done. It looks great. I'm gone. And then somebody else has to deal with it.
So what are the biggest challenges that you're seeing?
Well, it's just when you walk into an older house, it's like, how do we approach that? Well, if you say it's a leak in the upstairs ceiling and you've got to get to the bad piping, well, they have one of them beautiful popcorn ceilings in there.
Ooh.
Some of these ceilings have asbestos in them.
Yeah.
So you have to have that tested. Or if you're going into a house and you have to open the wall, does it have lead in it? And all these things could be hazardous. And plus, not only that, say if you have to open up a basement floor to get to the sewer, they've got those 8x8 tiles that were all the rage in the 60s. Asbestos,
Yeah.
the mastic that they used to hold it down was asbestos. I mean, it's just their potentials that could be there. And even somebody just painting their house could run into potential hazards with this. And it's a challenge that on older houses can make a simple repair that would be, I would say, reasonably priced. It makes it a little bit more costly because of the potential hazards. And they are hazards that need to be just checked to make sure that there aren't hazards, or at least verified that they're there or not, so you don't risk any long-term health.
You get that a lot, Joe, as you're going into these older homes?
Do you know what to look for, right? So if you get to that house, and you would have the popcorn check before you would open up that ceiling.
What we would do is when we go up to a house, we would just basically assess by the age of the house.
Yes.
And then we would look inside the house and check and see if anything was done, if it's original. Because a lot of these houses, they were built really well. They're original. They haven't been touched. And now it's the time to do anything to them. We have an issue.
Popcorn
so you have to
ceiling.
know what to look for.
I get it, but can you dive deeper into popcorn ceiling and just explain what that is?
It's a textured type of paint design that they put on ceilings. They were popular in the 60s, 70s, and they can range anywhere from just looking like a little sand type of texture to a little bit more aggressive on it, depending on the design they went. And some of that materials they put in there contained asbestos, depending on the age of the house.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Galvanized pipe, is that still a challenge? Is that still in older homes? Do they use the galvanized pipe in the drinking lines?
Yeah, they don't use them anymore. They go to copper, and in some areas of the state, they've allowed
PEX and CPVC, which I would not recommend using that. I recommend using tried and true materials such as copper. It's been around forever, and it's stood the test of time.
My house is still galvanized.
You're still galvanized.
I'm still galvanized.
Well,
Galvanized.
Before you're not galvanized, here's the thing. If you got a house that's, say, 70, 80 years old and it's still running off galvanized, I would say they did a pretty good job. It's held up very nicely.
Yes. The problem is that it will close up on
Oh,
you.
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. But
So-
look at where we're at now. If it's doing it, like, say, 70 years later, I mean, I'm just going by the overall lifespan of it and what it's done.
Totally agree.
So the galvanized zinc, which is put on the outside of the pipe, is it put on the inside of the pipe as well to stop corrosion, or
That
just
I
on the
don't
outside?
know.
It's designed, it's
I think
galvanized throughout,
I
and
think
it's
so.
designed to resist water. But over time, what it does is it almost gets like
flakes.
Well, it corrodes
Right.
almost to the point of like they show an artery.
Scales,
It
right.
scales up where out of a half
Like
inch
David's
line.
arteries.
Yeah, like out of a
Say, I'm a perfect share.
So overall, like out of a half inch line, you may have only maybe a 3/8 to a 1/4 inch of flow in some places. Hot usually is worse than the cold.
Steve, you want to talk about your flow? You're good.
I'm
312-981.
galvanized.
You can get repiped.
I have galvanized.
He's galvanized.
No, but you can get repiped.
Yeah.
No problem, Steve.
We can
I'm
do it
almost
after the
60
show.
for God's sake.
No, you're not. Next year you'll be 60. Let's not all of a sudden he's jumping ahead.
That's almost.
He wants a senior discount. 312.
Do you do repiping?
What's that?
Do you do repiping?
Oh, absolutely.
whole house repiping?
Yeah. Yeah, we could do them all.
How long does that take?
Usually takes a couple days with inspection, and again, just make sure the walls that you got that you're opening up. It is somewhat invasive, but it can be done efficiently and effectively.
All right, we'll talk about more about that, and we're going to throw it over to Tom Janke when we come back from the break and listen to Homes from Chicago on AM 720 WGN.
News Nation this hour, I'm Don Kleppen. 3 mass shootings in the United States within 5 hours between Friday night and Saturday morning, leaving at least 2 people dead and 31 others hurt between them. The shootings happened in Austin, Texas, Savannah, Georgia, and Chicago, Illinois. The Austin shooting left at least 13 hurt, 2 victims in serious condition. Interim Police Chief Joseph Chacon says detectives there are still searching for the suspected gunman.
It's not clear at this point what sparked this off or why this happened, but out of an abundance of caution, have notified the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, which comes out on active shooter type scenarios in order to help with those investigations, and they are on the scene as well.
In Chicago, 10 people were shot. 1 of them has died, and police are on the hunt for 2 suspects in that shooting. In Georgia, 7 people were shot, including a 2-year-old. 1 adult has died from that shooting. A Chicago police officer facing federal charges for storming the U.S. Capitol building on January 6th. Federal prosecutors say Officer Carl Chezik was on medical leave when he traveled to Washington to take part in storming the Capitol. Prosecutors say he used the N-word and shared pictures about his role in the riots. The Fraternal Order of Police president has come to Chezik's defense. John Catanzara is president of Chicago's Fraternal Order of Police.
We harp on the fact that he's a Chicago police officer. He was not in uniform when he did this. He was on his own personal time when he did this.
Chezik was relieved of police powers June 2nd. He was required to turn his gun over an FOID card in court yesterday. He's at least the 10th person from Illinois charged in connection with the Capitol riot. Disney World is dropping its mask mandate starting next week for fully vaccinated visitors. They'll no longer be required to wear masks indoors or in most areas of the park. Masks will still be required on monorails and other Disney transports. Disney dropped its mask mandate outdoors last month. Those who are not vaccinated are still expected to keep wearing masks throughout the park. And a man in Massachusetts was almost swallowed whole by a whale. Michael Packard is a commercial lobster diver. He was diving off the coast of Cape Cod about 45 feet down when he felt a bump, and then everything went black. At first, he thought he'd been attacked by a shark, but then realized it was a whale, and he was in its mouth. After about 30 seconds, the humpback whale surfaced and spit him out. He has some bumps and bruises, but is expected to be okay. Experts say humpbacks are not aggressive, and this was probably an accidental encounter while the whale was feeding on fish. Find News Nation on your cable or satellite provider and stay up to date around the clock at newsnationnow.com and on the News Nation Now app. I'm Don Kleppen.
Good morning. Muggy out there this morning with dew points in the 60s and 70s and air temperatures also in the 60s and 70s early on. We're heating up back into the upper 80s and low 90s today, about 91 for O'Hare. Lakeside stays a bit cooler, expecting closer to 80 degrees in Chicago downtown near the lake. A northeast wind 5 to 10 gusting to 20. More clouds than sun and a couple widely scattered showers and thunderstorms possible, especially later today into the evening. Overall, though, a lot of dry time, hot and humid. Tonight, mid-60s. Tomorrow, more sun, upper 80s. From the WGN Weather Center, I'm Morgan Kochmeyer.
This is Rich Dykstra from Dykstra Home Services. Now that summer is here and wow, it's hot, if your AC is out, give us a call for a new Carrier high-efficiency system. We have no money down, no interest for 6 years, as well as other utility and manufacturer's rebates. Or if you just need service, call us at 1-800-421-3220 or WGNCoolingGuy.com. Carrier, turn to the experts and the experts at Dykstra Home Services, the only Carrier Hall of Fame dealer in Illinois.
It's David Hochberg. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home, then you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local lender. President Biden is bringing our troops home, and thousands of our brave men and women who served our country will reunite with their families. This also means these veterans will qualify to secure VA loans to purchase a new home or refinance their existing home. A VA loan allows veterans to finance 100% of the home's purchase without having to pay private mortgage insurance. If you or one of your friends, family, coworkers, or neighbors are a returning veteran and would like more information about the many outstanding benefits of VA loans, call 855-56-DAVID. Team Hochberg's helped thousands of WGN listeners secure VA loans to purchase new homes or use their home's equity to eliminate debt, but we can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843 or visit 56david.com. Tune in to Home Sweet Home Chicago with me, David Hochberg, Saturday mornings at 10. Homeside Financial, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1124061.
They replaced some ledger boards on the north and south sides of our home. We had woodpeckers that were just turning it into Swiss cheese. Over the course of a couple of years, the holes were getting bigger, which led to concern if water would eventually seep in behind the siding. So we knew it was something that needed to be repaired, but who do you call?
We are talking today with mega customer Robin Skurick of Bloomingdale.
My boyfriend had heard Mega Pros on the radio and said, give them a call. And so came out. Everybody that I've talked to connected to Mega Pros has been amazing. I'm truly impressed with what they can accomplish. You're getting a jack of all trades when you hire a Mega Pro.
One mega call does it all.
847-658-8989. 847-658-8989.
Megapros.com.
One mega call does it all.
Menards has what you need for an outdoor update. Make your lawn stand out with Scott's Thicker Lawn. It's a combination of grass seed, fertilizer, and soil improver that makes your lawn thick and hardy. A bag covers up to 1,200 square feet. Save 11% on all grass seed, including Scott's Thicker Lawn. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through June 12th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
This Pride Month, WGN Radio celebrates Pride together and how we're all stronger together. Visit WGNradio.com/pride for a curated list of LGBTQ resources, small businesses, and more. Sponsored by Jewel Osco, fresh to your family.
If you missed
This is my nightmare.
this is what you missed.
Everything's opening up again. I'm invited to a dinner party, and worse yet, there's
Sound like a bad thing. Is this your first dinner party?
Is this the first time you've heard Bob talk? Bob Surratt, weekday mornings at 5. Good one, Dave. On WGN. Now back to David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com. WGNDavid.com. We got blasted on a text here, Joe, on the Mega Pros call text.
What did it say?
And photo line. 312, way to go. Lost opportunity to promote David Schluter just because caller knew the phone number.
That's actually David Schluter.
Didn't give out the number.
It's David Schluter.
That's
David responded.
David Schluter. Okay. So here's David Schluter's phone number, as if I wasn't going to get to it. 847-525-0445. I know. Sorry, Tom. Tom's like, Dave Schluter's telephone number, for all trust and real estate related issues. 312 847 1000 21000 525 0445 847 525 0445 312 981 7200. It's a MegaPros call, text, and photo line. Art and Thornton, you have a plumbing question for Steven Suarez.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
All right. I had central air put in my 1932 built house in 1998. And ever since, when the air is on, I get a sewer smell in my basement. But it's not all the time. Just some of the time.
Okay.
I've had plumbing people come out and look. I've had HVAC guys come out and look. They've all smelt it, but they don't have a solution.
Does it scare you when it comes on?
Does it what?
Scare you.
Like the air conditioner comes on and you get really scared and you tighten up your stomach.
No, I love the AC.
Here's what I would check. Check the floor drain that's in the basement. Make sure that has water.
I got done.
Okay, you
And
did
we
that.
add water to it. That doesn't eliminate it either.
Okay. Now
We
is
poured bleach in the drain too as well. It has overhead sewers too. I probably should mention that.
Okay.
It has overhead sewers. They go out the wall about 4 feet up. It does have a basement bathroom.
okay.
And like I said, it's not all the time. It's crazy.
Where does the condensate line terminate at? Is it in the floor drain?
Condensate line, I don't know what that is.
It's the line that's coming off of the furnace that takes it. It's from the condenser.
Yes, it goes into the floor drain.
It goes into the
right,
floor
right
drain.
by the furnace, which by just so happens doesn't smell by that floor drain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I put these floor drains in with check valves in them too, so that they're spring loaded. Water has to get on them to push the thing down.
Okay. But you made
That's
sure
all,
there was,
maybe that's it.
you made sure there was water in them, correct?
Yeah, I add water to them all the time just because I keep getting smell. And like I said, it hasn't done it yet this season.
Okay.
But last season it did it all the time.
And the bathroom in the basement is that one used regularly? The shower.
Every day.
Okay.
I use that. That's my bathroom because I work on car delivery, so I'm dirty. So that's the bathroom I use.
Okay. Because usually
it just colors the tub.
Okay. Because what will happen is oftentimes you'll have a floor drain in that area. It could be a floor drain. It could be the pit not being sealed correctly. And
Yeah, I put a sandbag over it with a plastic bag, thinking that maybe it was just that drain.
Oh, okay. Without seeing it,
I've done everything I can do to eliminate it, but I can't get rid of this.
Right. I would.
Steve,
yes.
Chances are it has nothing to do with the air conditioning, though, right?
Well, no, it has nothing to do with the air conditioning. What it is when you get that smell, it will concentrate in an area, and then it's thrown around through the house when the air conditioner kicks on.
Oh,
and
all
it's
right, I
blowing
get
it through the cold air. It's
You're
blowing
very
it around.
smart, Steve. That's why I appreciate you.
Thank
Well,
you.
here,
You really don't smell it upstairs. You smell it in the basement when you go downstairs.
I got
Really?
you.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
here,
my
I
wife
look at it
knows
like this.
more than I.
You could either move and sell your home, which is a natural.
You can't always move.
Steve, I'm handling this. Okay, okay, or
David
you
just wants to write a mortgage.
or
There he goes.
you gain a better appreciation for the smell of sewer water. So
No, that's not the answer.
all right,
And if
so
you go to sell, you got to get rid of the house. too.
Steve,
You
it
can
sounds
buy
like
when it smells.
it sounds like every possible thing that you mentioned could have been taken care of.
It could be.
Would you be willing to check it out?
Yeah, I'd have to look at that and kind of go through all these little. I could go through just some.
You'd have to sniff it out.
Right, just some little checklists on there, and it could be something that just
you like
odd.
jokes. You'd have to sniff out the problem, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's why we would do it.
Literally, you should put.
He's always cracking up.
Right, you can go, hey, Steve, blue. All right, hang on, Art. We're gonna get your phone number.
Green is a funny color. Blue
Green.
is not.
Okay, I'm sorry. Green. See? Hang on, Art. We're gonna have. We're gonna get your phone number and send you a Mr. Floor cleaning product. 312-981-7200. Jimmy, how are you? Jim.
Okay.
You got a suggestion for our mailbox challenge?
Yes, I'm a retired postmaster. I know these specifics, and it depends on the community. You could have building and zoning prohibiting that type of a solid structure being
Very
close
good
to the
point.
curb.
Very good point.
Most of your cheap mailboxes are on 4x4s that meant to break away if a vehicle kind of veers off or something. All depends on the community.
That's why I'm not in charge of compliance on any job.
Have you ever seen a 20-ton mailbox? Retired post?
No, but it is so true though. Meaning those specific specs, meaning for access for you guys for the postal service, and
Well, it has to be so many inches and feet away from the.
Yes, exactly.
You want to know what that is?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, as a mailman drives up to the mailbox, opens the mailbox, where the mail lies in the mailbox, 42 to 48 inches from the asphalt or concrete street.
All right.
And in the face of the mailbox, the door itself, no more than 12 inches in from the face of the curb.
There you go.
31 years of life.
Well, thank you for your service, Jim.
Well,
Right.
and thank you for pointing that out. I hope that guy's still listening.
Yeah, I hope our friend out, where was he? Oswego is still listening. So, Jimmy, we're going to send you a Mr. Floor cleaning product, buddy. 312-981.
Thanks so much. That was
No, that was great. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. I've been told we can't go to break because we're trying to fix something. 847. I have a question for Steve the plumber.
Oh, boy.
House had poor water pressure, so we repiped everything, and the pressure is still poor. Is it possible that there was an issue with the Buffalo box, which we have not been able to locate? What is a Buffalo box? And
Well,
where
the
do they
box where you keep buffaloes.
I know. Thank you for that. I was waiting for him
Little
to say
buffaloes?
that. And where is it typically located?
The Buffalo box is where it's the valve, it's the main service valve where the city can terminate the water out. It's usually located in the sidewalk, parkway. It can be also located on private property.
Mine was in my driveway at the end of the driveway.
Right.
Could it be restricted in any way?
Oh, it could be covered with dirt. It could be
No, I'm sorry. Could that be where the low pressure is coming from?
Oh, they could have turned the water off and didn't turn it all the way back on when the house was sold, or anybody messed with it recently. I mean, there's a lot of variables with it, but I would not touch it yourself. I would recommend having the municipality come out, turn it off, turn it back on. If you're in Chicago, you can call 311 and they'll check it for you.
Told you, Steve, don't touch the Buffalo box. You say I touch the Buffalo box all the time. And I told you, Suarez is going to say, leave the Buffalo box alone. You just can't help yourself. Maybe that's why you have problems. I think you just leave the Buffalo box alone. Leahy, put the key down and don't touch the Buffalo box.
Leave the Buffalo alone.
312-981-7200. You're listening to Home Sweet Home Chicago. We're going to take a quick break. We got I think the challenge is figured out. So thank you for taking care of that, Fergie, for us. 312-981-7200. Tommy, after the break, what are we going to be talking about?
Oh, we're going to be talking about exterior doors and supply side issues.
Woohoo!
What do you know about that?
Yeah, what do you know?
Just a little bit here and there.
Right.
I got a couple of tidbits.
312-981-7200. 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com. That's American Pro's call, text, and photo line. We're going to pay some quick bills and be right back.
WGN.
My name is David Hochberg, and I'm here with my good friend and my personal real estate attorney and estate planning expert, David Schluter. David, how long have you been in business?
35 years.
I want to talk about estate planning. Multiple kids in a family, co-executors of the will. Good idea or bad idea?
Bad idea. That's often driven by a mother's love or a father's love, not wanting to rock the boat and hurt feelings, but it's a disaster. You do need to pick one to be in charge and one to be a pinch hitter. Why? Because if you have two people in charge, they can have gridlock, their spouses can have gridlock, and the estate may never get wrapped up. So please give a qualified estate planning attorney a call on that issue. And again, don't necessarily pick the oldest either. The oldest may be a total failure to launch after you pass away. So please call a qualified real estate planning attorney.
If you're buying or selling a home like I am doing, you need to do what I did and call the law offices of David Schluter at 630-285-5300. That's 630-285-5300. David Schluter Law Office, David Schluter, best in the business.
As Chicagoland's favorite locally owned neighborhood paint store, J.C. Licht has been serving our community since 1907. And with 41 Chicagoland locations, J.C. Licht offers the finest paint and products, advice at the highest level, and an unmatched customer experience. Shop J.C. Licht for the very best in-home color consultancy program and an extensive wallpaper and window treatment selection. Shop online and save 20% off all Benjamin Moore paints with curbside pickup and delivery options available. Go to jclicht.com. J.C. Licht, family owned since 1907.
For nearly a decade, RJ Graham Plumbing has been providing exceptional service to families of Chicago and surrounding suburbs. Our licensed, drug tested, and background checked union plumbers have the knowledge and experience to get the job done right the first time. Not only do we offer a money back satisfaction guarantee, RJ Graham Plumbing offers a price match guarantee. We will meet or beat your best written estimate. Call or text 708-743-7426 or head to rjgrahamplumbing.com for details and to schedule your estimate today.
Now back to David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200. Before we get to Tommy real quick, 815, Steve, we have the same problem with the sewer smell. Only in the fall and winter when our fireplace is in use. It's frustrating, and we like to know how to help it. So it looks like you're going to be making another call after the show.
No, but again, like you said, maybe there's a blower motor on that fireplace, right?
Yeah, there's a reason why it's circulating. You're only smelling it at certain points. So that's why you got to just search it out.
Flow chart.
You got to sniff it out.
Do a visual and locate it.
Stephen A. Leahy volunteered during the break to come out with you and to help you sniff it all out.
Yeah, but the problem is he's going to bring his Buffalo box.
My Buffalo box.
His Buffalo box.
No, I just came from Montana. Saw a lot of buffalo in Montana.
Okay.
Nice. No,
Yeah.
you love that road trip.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was great. I guess I got to tell people, ever been to Yellowstone? If you've never been there, go there. It's awesome.
But that whole area, Montana,
beautiful.
And they're also tasty animals, too.
They are.
Oh, that's great.
They make good hamburgers.
You eat everything.
ASPCA, send your
PETA.
email to Tom Jenke at Builder Supply Outlet,
No, you
5
can eat
miles east of
buffalo.
the Brookshire.
Yeah.
Buffalo's great.
We had a lot of buffalo burgers out there.
Steve went to 5 states he's never been to, and all 5 of them requested that he never come.
There's a big poster with him with
Steve,
a big circle. And the
thanks for
slime
coming. We've had enough.
We don't need more lawyers here. Thank
We
you.
don't need any more
Go home,
lawyers. Take your Cubs hats and all your family with their Cubs
It
hats.
is true. The West, they don't like lawyers so much. They don't have them out
They
there
don't like
so
them
much.
here either.
Yeah, we don't like them here.
Oh,
either.
everybody loves lawyers.
No.
Here.
In your household.
That's
not
not
so
it.
much.
That hasn't been my experience.
Not even in the studio.
Yeah.
You need to
We
get
like
out.
you.
Steve, you need to get out more and ask more people than your family. 312-981-7200. Thomas Jenke.
Uh-oh.
Doors and the other things that you wanted to talk about. Doors are hotter than heck right now because everybody's are trying to button up their homes that were leaking in the wintertime that we just came out of a couple of months back and get themselves all buttoned up, tightened up for the upcoming winter. And it's approaching fast. I know we're like mid-June here, but those doors have to start scheduling because the workers out there are out until August, September now, and some longer than that. So what do you recommend to our listeners?
Well, I mean, we had a listener called, I believe his name was Dave. Not you. It was another Dave. Actually called us up because he went to one of the big box stores, and when he was looking at the front door, he wanted to order it, and these doors were taking 16 weeks, 18 weeks to get them in.
Wow.
We just received a couple of truckloads of the same type of doors that you see at the big box store. No brand name can be mentioned, but I mean, I've got hundreds of them in stock. So, I mean, he was so appreciative that he came in. He actually left with a door that same day. So
with a door, and Tommy, the other thing is you can actually custom size that
yes,
door down.
and our door shop right now is absolutely crazy. I mean, I could literally run it 24 hours a day. It's so busy. We used to be able to customize a door in 3 days. Well, now it's probably a couple of weeks, which beats 16 weeks.
Are these new builds or are these rehabs?
You know what? Most of it is rehab.
Yeah,
with
the
us.
customized would be rehab.
Yeah, we do some new homes. We're actually doing some.
You said doo-doo just
Steve
now.
Leahy said doo-doo.
We do.
I was keeping notes.
Oh, wait, you know what I should do? Like you, I should
We
do that
do.
pause. We do.
No,
new
it's
construction.
still funny.
No, you don't even have to say doo-doo. We
Doo-doo.
do doors.
We do doors.
Right. We do. It's
We
just silly.
No, I'd rather you say doo-doo. We do
Well,
do
it's
doors.
funnier.
But the
Yes,
other
you're
thing
right
too
about
is, we start looking at interior doors. We are doing a
Nice job.
I thought I would get you on that. We're doing an apartment complex that's being built in St. Charles right now. They're not going to need doors until August. Now I'm talking interior doors. We used to place our order from interior doors on a Tuesday. We would have it 2 Tuesdays forward. Right now, we're lucky to get 6 to 8 weeks. So, one thing people have to understand, and one of the big part of our business is the kitchen business. And Joe knows that. We do all of Mega Pros.
The Edge.
The Edge. The Edge does these kitchens. Number one is they're so inundated with people. We ask, please call us, make an appointment. You can actually schedule an appointment online right through our website to walk in and say, can you design for me? I mean, we hate to do it, but we turn people away. We are so busy.
Can you still get a kitchen in time for Thanksgiving?
You can right now.
You're getting close, Tommy.
Joe is absolutely right, because, there's one thing of ordering. Now, several of our lines have gone to 12 to 16 weeks.
You said 18, I thought.
Well, 18 is one of the lines. One of our actually most popular.
So think about it, though. 18, you're way into October.
You're well into October, but now you're talking about, and I really highly recommend to people, if they want their project, if they want Mega Pros to come in and do a project for them, have everything there before you start.
Mm-hmm.
Have your cabinets checked. I mean, we have a job right now that we're doing with a customer. Unfortunately, during the shipping, a face frame cracked. It's not a door, so you can't just easily replace it. You got to replace the whole cabinet. Well, those manufacturers that are running 18 weeks on a rush job, it's now 2 to 3 weeks. So, and it's always inevitable that it's that corner cabinet that's where they start.
Yep.
But think about this: you're 18 weeks on getting cabinets. Look at from a Mega Pros. They still have to come in. They got to tear out what was there. They got to modify walls. I mean, you're going to be lucky to get it in by Thanksgiving. And people just have to understand that, they'll come to us and say, well, we can't wait 18 weeks. I don't care where you go.
So the danger in starting before you actually confirm the cabinets are there and not damaged is that you could wind up with that cabinet missing straight through Thanksgiving, if not into 2022.
Easily. And it doesn't say too. It's just we're employing people to have everything there. And people order some wild sinks sometimes, and it could be a brand name like a Kohler, and Kohler might say it's back ordered until November.
I'll give you an example. We moved in March. It's so it's been 3.5 months. In the installation of one of the glass in a lighting fixture above our kitchen island, it cracked. It was an accident. Just installed it. The replacement glass, which is maybe 5 feet long by 18 inches high, took them 3.5 months to get us a replacement piece of glass to finish the light fixture.
The one thing I want to bring up real quickly is if somebody has got, flip homes, that type of thing, and they need cabinets quickly,
you've got them.
We stock a white shaker cabinet, and we are well stocked on it. So they can get it immediately.
We're going to talk more about all of this in the next hour, including Stephen A. Leahy talking about you think you're moving out of Illinois, but according to the state, you might not be moving out of Illinois. So that's important. And all of your other text questions and calls on the Mega Pros call text photo line 312-981-7200. This is Home Sweet Home Chicago on AM 720 WGN.
Do you remember last year's historic rainfall? Well, at Permaseal, we certainly do. And as much as we like helping homeowners solve their problems, we'd much prefer to help you avoid them. Now, today is a great day to call Permaseal for a free foundation inspection. We can identify any potential problems you may have with your walls, floors, window wells, and sump pumps, as well as give you a written estimate of any existing problems that you may have been living with. Our inspectors are also trained and certified to identify any structural problems and concerns that you may have. The inspection is free, and the peace of mind that you will have when the next thunderstorms come rolling through is priceless. Permaseal has earned an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and has helped over 450,000 homeowners just like you. Call 800-421-7325, 800-421-SEAL, or visit permaseal.net.
Your best for being better, Permaseal.
This is attorney Stephen Leahy. This isn't the first crisis we faced together. Back in 2008, business professionals in trouble sought help from bankruptcy attorneys, loan modification attorneys, foreclosure defense attorneys, and IRS attorneys trying to gain full financial recovery. They should have just called me. Let me tell you about Chuck. His small business crashed in the 2008 crisis. He faced 2 foreclosures, overbearing creditors, and the dreaded IRS. Chuck would not even get out of bed in the morning. His wife heard me on the radio and convinced him to hire me. We got Chuck a loan modification and a short sale. We obtained a discharge of his debt and settled what was left of his IRS liability. Now Chuck is back in business and in control of his life. You can hear Chuck tell his own story at fullfinancialrecovery.com. We can get through this new crisis too. The time to start rebuilding is now. Don't let your life's work go down the drain. Get your free guide to recovery at fullfinancialrecovery.com. That's fullfinancialrecovery.com. Or call me right now at 312-664-6649. There's no time to waste. Fight back now.
Antenna TV.
Daytime means memories. Dennis the Menace, Bewitched, and That Girl.
That's terrific.
Turn your TV back in time with Antenna TV. Over the air channel 9.2 or check your cable listings.
Hello, Chicago. It's Joe Donlin. Weeknights on News Nation, I'll ask the questions and you make up your own mind. Find us on Comcast Channel 223, DirecTV 307, and AT&T UVerse 1180. The Donlin Report, weeknights at 6 on News Nation. Start with all the porch-rocking grandparents who are running low on lemonade and their prescription meds. For you, there's Walgreens, with safe ways to get your everyday essentials and prescriptions, including order online and pick up in as little as 30 minutes. And here's something that will knock you off your rocker. My Walgreens members save more with exclusive deals.
Right now, buy two, get the third free on Mix and Match Select Skincare. Third item free of equal or lesser price, valid through 6/26. Restrictions apply. See Walgreens.com for details.
Every Saturday morning at 8:35 a.m., I have a new to Lou 2 item to help you take care of your home. It's new stuff that gets sent to me, and my name is Lou, and it's, you get it, on 720.
WGN, Chicago.
A Nexstar Media Group station.
It's 91 degrees at 12 noon. I'm Bob Kessler. This news sponsored by Builder's Supply Outlet. A deadly shooting in the Chatham neighborhood this weekend kills one, wounds several others. First, we'll check WGN traffic. Eden's a stop and go outbound between Montrose and Cicero. Seeing delays inbound on the Kennedy between Fullerton and downtown. Outbound between Ohio Street and Montrose. Eisenhower is stop and go outbound between the Tri-State and North Avenue because of an accident blocking the right lanes. Stevenson inbound is delayed headed into the Dan Ryan. The Dan Ryan is stop and go in the local lanes outbound between Garfield Boulevard and 63rd. The Bishop Ford, there's an accident on the left shoulder inbound at Sibley Boulevard. A shooting in Chatham this morning left one woman dead and 9 others wounded. All 10 victims were on the sidewalk at 75th Street when 2 men approached the group and started shooting. WGN's Judy Wang has more.
Now, this happened right outside Francis Cocktail Lounge and Lem's Barbecue, and across the street is Brown Sugar Bakery. Vice President Kamala Harris stopped at that bakery while she was in town recently. Residents told us off camera that on Friday and Saturday nights, you'll often find hundreds and hundreds of people in the street. And in fact, they said it's very hard to drive your car through the crowd. A lot of that, they say, according to the residents here, is spill out from that bar.
No suspects are in custody. 17 people have been shot in Chicago since Friday. At least 13 people were wounded in a shooting in Austin, Texas, outside of a Mexican restaurant early this morning. 2 are in critical condition. Interim Police Chief Joseph Chacon says it was in a crowded nightlife district along 6th Street.
It was very difficult to contain the scene. It was very difficult for EMS to make their way into this crowd. And because of the nature of the injuries, officers had to go ahead and use their police vehicles to put some of these shooting victims into the vehicles and transport them themselves to the hospital so that they could get the urgent care that they needed.
Investigators are still looking into what sparked the shooting, which happened around 1:30 a.m. in Austin. The airline industry's recovery from the pandemic passed a milestone as more than 2 million people streamed through U.S. airport security checkpoints yesterday. That's for the first time since early March of last year. Airline bookings have been picking up since around February as more Americans were vaccinated against COVID-19 and travel restrictions in the U.S. began to ease. The city's reopening did not go so well for a group celebrating a birthday last night. WGN's Gabe Salgado has the story.
20 people were on board a party bus that was traveling the Kennedy Expressway around 8:30 Friday night. That's when the Chicago Fire Department says that the bus burst into flames while it was traveling on the inbound lanes. The bus pulled over onto the inbound Ohio Street exit ramp where everyone waited for firefighters to arrive. The fire department was able to put the blaze out. No one was injured. CFD says that the group on board was celebrating a 50th birthday party. Gabe Salgado, WGN News.
If you've been to Six Flags Great America in Gurnee in the past few years, you could be owed some money. WGN's Don Clappin explains.
Six Flags settled a class action lawsuit agreeing to pay $36 million over the use of fingerprint scanners at its Illinois theme park. Visitors to the Gurney Park between October 2013 and December 31st, 2018 could get up to $200 each. The theme park was accused of violating an Illinois law forcing companies to get permission before using tech to identify customers. Six Flags claimed visitors had given consent. A final hearing in a Lake County court is set for October 29th. Don Kleppen, WGN News.
A new study says a critical Antarctic glacier is looking more vulnerable as satellite images show the ice shelf that blocks it from collapsing into the sea is breaking up a lot faster than before. Here's AP correspondent Shelley Adler.
The Pine Island Glacier's ice shelf loss accelerated in 2017, causing scientists to worry that with climate change, the glacier's collapse could happen a lot sooner than the many centuries predicted. The study's lead author is Ian Jockin, a University of Washington glaciologist who says longshore winds tend to bring more penetrating deep water into the cavity, which leads to melting.
That sped the glacier up. That caused more fracturing, that caused this part to break off. And there's a potential feedback, now that it's 12% more, the ice shelf maybe have been weakened that much more.
According to a study in Friday's Science Advances, the ice shelf has retreated by 12 miles between 2017 and 2020. I'm Shelley Adler.
Time for WGN Sports. Here's Andy Mazer.
Coming up later this afternoon, it's the White Sox and Tigers in the middle game of their three-game set in Detroit. Tigers killer Dylan Cease goes to the mound for the White Sox. In 7 starts, the young righty is 7-0 against Detroit. White Sox took Game 1 last night 5-4 in 10 innings. Game 2 of full capacity at Wrigley Field takes place later this evening. Cubs hosting the Cardinals. Kyle Hendricks against John Gant. That's the pitching matchup. Hendricks beat St. Louis in May. The Cubs came back to win yesterday's game 8-5 over the Cardinals. At the French Open in the women's singles final, unseeded Barbara Krejcikova is the winner in 3 sets, winning her first French Open title and her first Grand Slam title. NBA playoffs tonight. The Clippers host the Jazz in Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinal. Jazz leading that series 2-0. Sky visit Indiana tonight in the WNBA. 30 years ago today, the Chicago Bulls faced the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Bulls had a 3-1 series lead. They were looking to close it out.
Magic's three-point attempt blocked. Pippen comes away with it. And the Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship. The celebration has begun in the Chicago locker room, and they are celebrating in Chicago.
And the Bulls beat the Lakers 108-101 to win the first of 3 straight NBA titles. I'm Andy Mazer, WGN Sports.
The forecast from the WGN Chicago Weather Center. Here's meteorologist Morgan Colton.
Temps make it into the 90s this afternoon once again. Upper 80s and low 90s for everybody inland. Lakeside stays a bit cooler. Upper 70s, low 80s there. Northeast winds 5 to 10, gusting to 20. Couple widely scattered showers and thunderstorms not ruled out, especially late this afternoon into the evening. A lot of dry time with more clouds and sun. Tonight, mid 60s. Tomorrow, upper 80s, more sunshine. From the WGN Weather Center, I'm Morgan Kochmeyer.
91 right now at O'Hare, 78 along Chicago's lakefront. And I'm Bob Kessler on Chicago's very own 720 WGN.
Thanks, Bob. I'm David Hochberg, host of Home Sweet Home Chicago. Coming up after these commercial messages, Tom Jenke talking about how to prepare yourself for supply chain challenges.
If you have old, drafty windows and doors and you're worried about your home staying cool this summer, call Next Door and Window. Right now, they're giving you 50% off installation on windows and doors, plus 18 months of interest-free financing. So, if you've been thinking it's time for new windows and doors at your place, now would be a great time to call 1-800-NEXT-DOOR. Schedule your free estimate. Next Door and Window installed a beautiful, energy-efficient Marvin window and sliding glass doors at our place. We love how everything turned out, and you're going to like their approach. They aren't pushy. They don't play any games. Next Door and Window came out, listened to us, assessed our needs, and then tailored our window and door projects to match our style and budget. It was all completely pressure-free. Call Next Door and Window right now. Get 50% off installation on windows and doors with 18 months of interest-free financing. Call Next Door and Window. Call 1-800-NEXT-DOOR or go to 1-800-NEXTDOOR.com.
I want to introduce you to my good friend Jim Delaney from Silverthorne Home Builders. Jim and his team at Silverthorne Home Builders specialize in building semi-custom homes in DeKalb, Genoa, Hampshire, Elgin, and Sycamore. Over the past decade, Silverthorne Home Builders has built over 325 homes and has a reputation as a conscientious builder of quality homes. Instead of buying an existing home, invest in a Silverthorne Home Builders semi-custom home, which allows buyers to design their home exactly the way they want at a fraction of what custom home builders would charge. Standard features include hardwood floors, premium kitchens with 42-inch cabinets, full finished basements, granite countertops, and a 3-car garage. If you are looking for a home in DeKalb, Genoa, Hampshire, Elgin, or Sycamore, call my good friend Jim Delaney at 815-677-4121. To learn more about Silverthorne Home Builders' inventory of semi-custom homes, call Jimmy right now at 815-677-4121. That's 815-677-4121. And make sure you tell Jim I told you to call.
Are you moving or downsizing? I'll bet you're feeling overwhelmed with all of your worldly possessions. Or maybe you've been put in charge of an estate. That's a lot of responsibility and work. Where do you even start? Start with The Great Estate. Call 847-805-8878. The Great Estate will organize and sell your things the same way they helped Phil and his wife. They were moving to Minneapolis. They did not have room for the trains he spent 40 years collecting. And they helped Steve move his mom to assisted living. She wanted to sell her doll collection to help pay for her care. If you've got tools or toys, jewelry, or whatever you no longer want, need, or have a place to store, call 847-805-8878. 847-805-8878, taking a compassionate approach to finding the best solution for you and your memories. With in-house consignments or clearing out those last items at the end, they're eager to help you move on. The Great Estate. Call 847-805-8878.
This episode of Home Sweet Home Chicago is sponsored by David Hochberg and Mega Pros Home Improvement and Restoration, Builders Supply Outlet, Lindemann Chimney Company, Ray Kaplan, and RJ Graham Plumbing. For additional sponsors of the Home Sweet Home program, please visit WGNradio.com/Home Sweet Home Chicago. Now, here's David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com, WGNDavid.com. Like I said earlier, I'm on Instagram. I didn't know if you know that, Tom. I'm up to 106 followers.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
Sarah,
kids. You're getting close to what the Kardashians.
It's 811.
Is that like the Kardashians?
I think they're over 1 million, but I just want to get to 1,000. And Sarah Andreas was in here last week throwing some shade on me. She's like, "Oh my God, you need to be at least 1,500 in order to be relevant." So according to Sarah Andreas, I've got another 689 to go.
But what do you post on the pictures of you dancing? That's what Sarah posts on there.
No, we do videos after the show of listener questions that help listeners with their.
I don't think that's going to work.
Okay, well, I could dance, and I could start eating things. And we
actually, that would work on Instagram. As far as you doing it naked, chested, or whatever you're going to do, no.
This is Joe Hogel, internet.
I know he's an expert on this.
He's an Instagram.
No, what I'm saying is that Instagram is like a lot of kids dancing and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Okay, there's Joe Hogel's advice on Instagram.
Speaking of his social media, was just pointed out that one of our employees, Charles, who is our floor manager, just got a great shout out by the Facebook.
On Facebook.
On Facebook. Saying that he was extremely helpful, and I think that's what we do with Tommy, every one of our people.
Just so we know how rare that is, how many followers do we have right now?
You can follow us on Facebook by going to Home Sweet Home Chicago. All you have to do is go to Facebook and type in Home Sweet Home Chicago.
We have nine.
It's hot out. People are out running around.
You could be.
They're listening on their mobile portable listening devices. 312-981-7200.
And one of them knows you.
They're out on Dave Ennett's boat.
Yeah.
As we
I see him over there.
As we established last week, David Ennett's got, I think, a 80-footer, and Steve Bertrand's got a sailboat. At least that's what we're going with. Because Ennett, I saw Dave earlier this week, and he's like, what's with this boat I have? I don't have a boat. I'm like, just go with it, Dave. Nobody knows the difference. 312-981-7200, 7,200. Let's talk about supply chain issues, how our listeners can be better prepared.
Well, I think one of the things we were talking about prior to the break was how the lead times are with cabinets. And then like Joe piped in and said, hey, ordering them now to get them by Thanksgiving. One of the things that you have to think about, too, is so you got an 18-week lead time in some cases, and that's our worst case for cabinets. And then now you get them to the job site. You have somebody like MegaPro that comes in. They do a demolition. They go and they put the cabinets in. Once the cabinets are set, at that point there, we call for the countertops. Now, we used to, and I'm hoping to the day that we get back to it, we would have countertops in 1 week. Mm-hmm. But again, because of the demand that's out there, we're now 2.5 and in some cases 3 weeks. And some of that is due to just getting the slabs of quartz or granite. So,
well, depending on what you select.
Depending on what you select. So, the only thing we can get fast right now is hardware, cabinet hardware, but that doesn't do you any good until you got your cabinets
if you want to open your cabinet.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. So people really need to start thinking, for them to come in with the assumption that they can have this done by the end of summer before their kids go back to school, you can do that only in one situation, and that's with what we stock. Anything else, we do have
That's a good point. You could do a whole kitchen with your stock cabinet.
Oh, absolutely. We stock 30-inch high walls, 39. Starting next month, we're going to be putting in 42-inch white shaker cabinets in stock. Come bring your pickup truck, or we have a delivery service. You can get it right away. But again, I just implore people, please don't walk in with the anticipation that you're going to be able to order a kitchen and have your complete cabinet and your remodel done in 30 days. It's just not feasible anymore.
312-981-7200 is a MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. Text from 773, guy by the name of David Hochberg. Stephen A. Leahy, are you okay? Can you move your mouth back from the microphone because we're hearing some wheezing? For the love of God.
That's not me.
Okay, then who was ever doing that? Let's do. Well, we're going to blame you anyway because it's funny.
It's probably me.
312-981. Whatever. Well, it's Steve. We're going to go with Leahy.
Let's go to Steve.
Yeah, because it sounds
I'm
better.
good with that.
312-981-7200. Mr. Suarez.
I was going to add something to what Tom here said and he got his employee that got a great review with everything that is going on and everybody being pushed and working really, really hard, being busy. I know my guys, they're out there and they're killing it. They're just working really hard, working longer hours to meet the demand. Just everyone that's out there and being able to perform and get everything done and being helpful, just that's really good. That's a testament of, people that are out there, killing it and doing what they can to keep customers happy.
312. Well, thank you for that. And it's always good.
It was a public service announcement.
It's always good. It's always good to compliment employees, especially if you're owners or a team leader.
Absolutely.
To let your team know that your team members are providing the customer service that you want them to provide. 312-981-7200. That's MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. We're going to take a quick break here. Come back with some listeners' questions. We've got Tom with a tax-related question, Leahy. Sorry for saying
he's going to have to wake up.
I know it was one Steve that was breathing heavy into the microphone, so we'll just go with Leahy. It sounds better. 773. Once you're approved for a mortgage, how long does that approval last? Credit is good for 120 days. After 120 days, if you don't close within that 4-month period of time, we have 3-month period of time. No, 4-month period of time, we have to repull your credit. So 120 days after your credit is pulled, you get a pre-approval as long as you don't lose your job. Or have some type of economic challenge or blow up your credit during that period of time. That's what it's typically good for. Hopefully we answered your question. Tom, we're going to come back with you. Dorothy out in Downers, we're going to come back with you after the break. 312-981-7200. Thank you to Heather and to Janice for following me on Instagram. So there, Joe. Take your Instagram consultation. Put in a pipe
both of
and
them
smoke.
are 12.
Doesn't matter.
646 left.
646 left. Thanks, Steve, with the countdown. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com. That's MegaPro's call, text, and photo line. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back. When it comes to real estate, everybody wants more. More open space, more house, more yard. Where are you going to find that? You can start by talking with Jill Van Riet and her team at Baird & Warner, who excel at matching buyers, sellers, home builders, and investors west of Route 59.
Thank you, David Hochberg. I'm fortunate to be part of legendary brokerage Baird & Warner with enormous resources to help find a first home for growing families, assist those downsizing, or even enable investors to find solid investment properties. Having focused on this area for so long, we've become the authority at navigating this highly competitive market.
That and your ability to really listen to your clients and get them exactly what they need. It's the reason your team has maintained a consistent 100% satisfaction rating, which is amazing.
Thanks. That rating means a lot to us.
If you're buying or selling a home west of Route 59, go to JillVanRiet.com. That's RIET, and let Jill and her team find your next home or home buyer.
You may already know Mr. Floor for the beautiful wood floors that we install, sand, and refinish. Mr. Floor is a full-service local Chicagoland company who has provided homeowners and businesses with complete flooring solutions for over 30 years. Hi, I'm Igor Marak of Mr. Floor, and born out of our extensive experience and knowledge with hardwood floors comes the best hardwood floor cleaner on the market. As we visit Chicagoland homes and businesses every day, we see the damage that incorrect floor maintenance can cause. Most people are not cleaning their hardwood floors properly, and as we all know, a bucket of water and a mop is the surest way to ruin a wood floor. Forget about those harsh chemicals and cleaning products that leave your floors hazy and lifeless. We've researched, developed, and now produce the best hardwood floor cleaner ever. Our cleaner breaks the bonds of dirt and grease from your floor's coating without harming it. It's also eco and pet friendly too. Thousands of Mr. Floor clients have been using our cleaners for years, and now you can too. Visit us online at MrFloor.com to learn more and place your order. Use promo code WGN at checkout for a special offer. Mr. Floor, the first and last name in floors.
Hi, this is Lindsay from House Smarts Radio, and I'm here with Tom Jenke of Builder Supply Outlet and The Edge Kitchen and Bath. And we're talking all things spring. Spring cleaning, spring organizing, and spring remodeling.
Lindsay, I can't help you on the spring cleaning or organizing, but I've got you covered on the remodeling. Now is the time to start planning your remodeling project.
I'm here looking around your store and seeing a ton of new products.
We're getting ready for spring too. We've just brought in new flooring, doors, trim, and vanities. Everything you're going to need for that remodeling project under one roof.
Come in now and let Builder Supply Outlet and The Edge Kitchen and Bath show you that you don't have to sacrifice quality for price. Believe me, it's worth the drive.
Builder Supply Outlet and The Edge Kitchen and Bath on Cermak Road at 25th Avenue in Broadview, or online at our new website, buildersupplyoutlet.com.
Quality and savings are what you get at Builder Supply Outlet.
Get real in the morning with Larry Potash, Robin Baumgarten, Paul Conrad, and the entire WGN TV morning news team. Weekdays 4 to 10.
Home Sweet Home Chicago.
On the line, we have newly installed Fire Chief John Cornish of the Oswego Fire Department. Congrats on the promotion, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You guys are constantly training and preparing, but I just wanted to volunteer my services, Chief. I'm tipping the scales about 278 right now, just because I like carrying a little extra weight for the wintertime, just to be a little extra warm.
That guy in a little coat.
What are you looking at? Again, with the look. I got a point here.
Like I'm watching a TV show.
I've got a point here. If you ever need like a fat guy in a stretcher, I'll be more than happy to collapse.
Every team should have a designated fat guy.
Yeah, they're running, simultations all the time.
Exactly.
Wait, what did you say?
I believe he meant simulations, not simultations.
I'm throwing myself out there, Joe. I'm a giver. His team has got to be ready. A 275-pound guy might go down.
78.
Sorry, 78. I think I just lost a couple of pounds. Take it easy. We're givers here. That's what it is. Stephen A. Leahy was listening on his road trip to Montana last week, and that was funny.
Did you hear all that nonsense?
I did hear it, and of course I'm an avid listener of the show, like even when I'm not here.
Mm-hmm.
I have 860.
David listens when he's not around.
Yes, I listen all the time. Make sure it stays on the rails. I have 600.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he can't not be here and not text into the show.
When I'm on the treadmill, like in Phoenix, I have a guy here listening in Phoenix, 847. David listening from Phoenix. Thank you for that. Thank you, Sammy, for bringing us the text messages. And while I'm on the treadmill, I'm like, hey, think about doing this and then think about doing that. And John appreciated that. Or maybe he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He probably
didn't ask him, did you?
No, I just texted him.
You
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com. 312 wants to know texter is David Schluter, the attorney to go to for student loans, and that would be Ray Kaplan. Ray Kaplan, 312-294-8989. 312-294-8989. She is the student loan assassin. How are you, Tom? How can we help you?
Yeah, David, I don't know what you remember. I'm the guy that called up the one day I had the 850 credit rating, credit score.
Yeah, you're the
Nobody
850 credit
believed
score.
it.
That's
You thought it
kind
was
of
totally-
good. No, it's
Yeah, it
kind
was-
of good.
Joe's 1,500. That's why he's saying that.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, the best I can do is 850, and I'm still right
Shoot
around
for
there.
1,500.
Yeah.
It's not
Anyway,
impossible once you do it.
I don't think it goes that high.
And Joe's
Well,
head
maybe
it
if
does.
I
Let
can-
it go.
Nothing's
Yeah.
impossible once you do it.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah, well, the thing was, I go to the big tax company, you know, the one with the initials and that. And,
H&R Block? Rhymes
yeah.
with H&R Block?
Yeah, and I got my taxes done back in February, and I was told that I was going to get back. Now I'm single. I'm a widower. I'm on pension. I don't have any other extraneous income or anything like that. And I was told I was going to get $3,866 back. What you can't expect. That's what it says right here. Okay. I waited 4 months with the government jerking around with God knows what. Last year, I got my refund in about a week, but it took them 4 months, and I just got it back this week, and it was put into my bank account, and it's down to $2,989. So I called up the 800 number for Black, and, you know, of course, I get somebody on there, you know, just answering the phones. And they said, well, they went back in and the government refigured because of the stimulus or some crap like that. And I don't even remember getting the stimulus check anyway. And they said they refigured and you're over $75,000 on your gross income, so that's why they knocked you back. Well, what kind of recourse do I have? I've got all these papers here saying, you know, you get 100% satisfaction guarantee, this, that, and the other thing. What can I realistically expect if I do get a hold of somebody at H&R Block? Do they make up the difference, or, you know, do they just give me a refund for the preparation, or what?
So, Steve, what is this gentleman from H&R Block, and what would he have received from Stephen A.
Well,
Leahy?
here's when you do your tax return, it's not a guess, right? You don't guess when you get it back, and they say this is what you're going to get back, and that's what you're going to get back. Now the IRS can audit you, and then they have to send you a letter that says a discrepancy. He said this is what you said, this is what we found, and this is the difference. And then I have an opportunity to appeal. Well, you're asking.
I got no such thing.
Okay, so
I got nothing.
I would look at look at the tax return you signed. Right, you signed a tax return because everybody has to sign their tax return under penalty of perjury. So they sent you one. The numbers are there. If the IRS changed it, again, they'd have to send you a letter. They'd have to document it. They'd give you an opportunity to appeal it and all of this. So I don't know what happened with H&R Block. I can tell you that their guarantee isn't they're going to give you the money back that you're thinking. If they give you anything back, it's going to be what you paid them. And that's it. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to get that $1,000 back or anything like that from the IRS. I mean, from the H&R Block.
Yeah.
Steve, there's no reason.
Like $876 or $877.
Right.
The difference between what they told me I'd get back and what I got, and I got nothing from the IRS.
But what does it show on the tax return? I mean,
it's just
looking. I mean, you have a copy of the tax return?
Yeah. It says you will expect that $3,686.
That's not your tax return. No. That's a letter that they sent you. So you have to look on your tax return, and there's a line item. And again, it depends on what
how much you're getting back or how much you owe.
That's right. It says right there clearly.
Yeah, the bottom line is that the company that he went to that rhymes with H&R Block should have pointed it out what this caller should have been getting, what Tom should be getting.
We'll be getting. We'll use the word should.
Or expect. That word Correct. Yes, this is what you're going to get. This is what happens.
It's an
this is the
absolute.
numbers. It's they add them together and you subtract and there's a number. So I don't know where that is. And again, it's not unusual this year that people have to wait for their refund because the IRS is still processing 2019 returns. They're still reprocessing them. So people are waiting. But remember now, the IRS is sending out all these stimulus checks, and they're doing a lot of other work that they weren't geared up for, and so it's taken a long time to get refunds out.
Okay. Well, maybe they should.
My tax return right here says my gross income was $77,544. Now they said something to me on the phone that because the government went in and decided because I made over $75,000 that I was going to get knocked down.
But Steve,
and I don't know. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. No. Whatever was the bottom line number is what you're saying you're going to get.
That's what you should get.
So you don't.
And if you don't get that, again, the IRS has to send you a notice and says, here's a deficiency. It's called a deficiency notice. And they send out this notice and say, here's what you said you were going to get, but we found that this is a problem. And then they give you an opportunity to appeal, as I keep saying. So I would look at, I don't know where that number came from. It must come from your tax preparer changing the numbers after they sent it to you. Totally. And again, nobody should say, this is what you should expect. This is what you're getting back. It's not an expectation.
Before you leave any tax preparer, you should ask, what do I owe? What am I getting back? That is simple as that, right,
remember, you're signing this under penalty of perjury. People don't understand that. So, when people say, well, I left it up to my tax man to kind of figure it out and I didn't really understand it. It doesn't matter if you understand it or not. If there's an error on there, it's your fault. It's always your fault.
That's why I have my wife sign our tax returns. 312-981-7200. We're going to take a quick break. We got Dorothy in Downers and Marge in Chicago. We're going to pick you up on the other side. We got text messages coming in. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Having worked for HRB over 20, H&R Block for over 27 years, a texter just texted in. The offices are staffed with EAs this time of year and can work with the client. So there you go. Somebody texted in who has allegedly worked at H&R Block for 27 years and said to contact the office and somebody there could help them. So, right, we're out of tax season, so there's account executive, EAs. What is an EA?
Enrolled agent.
Okay, there you go. All right, that's why we have you here. 312-981-7200 for no other reason for that and to laugh at all our jokes. 312-981-7200, Home Sweet Home Chicago, AM 720, WGN.
News Nation this hour, I'm Don Kleppen. Mass moral march and rally in Elizabeth City demanding justice for Andrew Brown Jr. Hundreds showed up for support. Separate bombs hit two minivans in a mostly Shiite neighborhood in the Afghan capital, killing at least 7 people and leaving 6 others hurt. The attacks targeted minivans on the same road about 1.25 miles apart in a neighborhood in western Kabul. It wasn't immediately clear what type of bombs were used, and no one immediately claimed responsibility for the attacks. President Joe Biden's administration will return more than $2 billion in funds allotted under Donald Trump to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexican border to the military and devote other remaining monies to construction and site cleanup. The move will return funds to 66 military projects spanning 11 states, 3 U.S. territories, and 16 countries. The White House says the projects include $79 million to renovate a U.S. military school in Germany and $9 million for a firing range in Indiana. The former president made the wall a signature part of his presidency, saying it was needed to stop illegal immigration and drug smuggling. During his 4 years in office, Trump secured about $15 billion for the project, including $10 billion in redirected U.S. military funds. Chinese TV reported that a Chinese country official appears to have jumped to his death during a probe into the deaths of 21 runners last month when freezing rain and gale force winds hit the mountain on which they were competing in an ultramarathon. Police were notified a man had jumped from his apartment and died. Homicide has been ruled out. Today's the 5th anniversary of the fatal mass shooting at a gay nightclub in Florida where 49 people were killed. They're being honored with a community run, a museum exhibit, a yoga session, a gay chorus performance, and a street dance party. And in May 2022, a Friends-themed cruise will be hitting the high seas aboard the Celebrity Equinox, offering guests an immersive vacation experience featuring friends-focused trivia, games, and even a dress-up-as-your-favorite-friend event. Find News Nation on your cable or satellite provider and stay up to date around the clock at newsnationnow.com and on the News Nation Now app. I'm Don Kleppen.
Temps make it into the 90s this afternoon once again, upper 80s and low 90s for everybody inland. Lakeside stays a bit cooler, upper 70s, low 80s there. Northeast winds 5 to 10, gusting to 20. Couple widely scattered showers and thunderstorms not ruled out, especially late this afternoon into the evening. A lot of dry time with more clouds and sun. Tonight, mid-60s. Tomorrow, upper 80s, more sunshine. From the WGN Weather Center, I'm Morgan Kochmeyer.
Spring is here, but with flowers come showers. Now would be a great time to make sure your roof and gutters are prepared. Lindholm Roofing has appointments available to help you with any roofing, siding, gutter, or tuck pointing need. Plus, there's no job too small or large for Lindholm Roofing. Just call 888-4ROOFER and a member of their expert team will come out and inspect your property following all recommended safety guidelines while you remain in the comfort of your home. That's 1-888-4ROOFER. Following the inspection, you'll receive a free estimate in writing by email or phone, so call Lindholm Roofing today for all your essential roofing, siding, gutter, or tuck pointing needs. They service all residential and commercial properties. Call 1-888-4ROOFER, that's 888-4ROOFER, or visit lindholmroofing.com to find out more about their contact-free estimates and no-interest financing. Lindholm Roofing, their family has your family covered.
The exciting new Ford Commercial Vehicle Center at Joe Cotton Ford in Carroll Stream is your Chicagoland headquarters for commercial vehicle sales and service. Right now is the perfect time to get into a new vehicle from the exciting 20 and 21 lineup of Ford commercial vehicles, including all transit sizes and configurations, dump trucks, KUVs, plus a full selection of Power Stroke diesel Super Duties and chassis cabs. Joe Cotton Ford always delivers the perfect vehicle for your business needs and budget. We are here to service you and keep your business moving forward. Be sure to check out our brand new state-of-the-art commercial service facility servicing vehicles up to F650 and F750. See why we're Chicagoland's best Ford buying experience. For the 7th consecutive year, voted the Daily Herald's Reader's Choice winner for domestic dealer for sales and service. And remember our Joe Cotton Ford promise. We'll treat you great and save you money. From 3 generations of our family to yours, you have our word on it. At Gary and North Avenue in Carroll Stream or at joecottonford.com.
Is chosen by the Daily Herald readers.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. This is Sarah. How can I help?
I've been thinking.
What have you been thinking about?
Decluttering.
And what did you decide?
I decided I should do it a lot more often.
Well, you definitely called the right number.
I decided I should declutter more often because it's an important part of a balanced and healthy life.
Oh? Tell me more.
We shower regularly to get rid of what we've accumulated.
Yes.
And we cut our hair to get rid of what we've accumulated.
Yes.
And there are other important things we do just to get rid of what we've accumulated.
Have you ever noticed that 1-800-GOT-JUNK has a question mark at the end of it?
Yes, I have noticed that.
We make junk disappear.
All I have to do is point.
All you have to do is point.
Can you come right now?
We're on our way.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Edgar sits in his parked car, which won't be parked for long because it's getting towed. Good thing he's joyfully scratching a new Extreme Cash instant ticket from the Illinois Lottery. Anyone could win in an instant. Play today. Game odds available on IllinoisLottery.com. Must be 18 years or older to play.
Give buying things a rest. Why don't you invest in experiences? Unforgettable adventures that you'll cherish forever. I'm Peter Greenberg with 10,000 tips for your travel.
Peter Greenberg, the travel detective. Up next at 1, sponsored by Kelly Cruises and Tours. WGN. Now back to David Hochberg and Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200.
Why do I learn a lot of stuff when we're off the air?
I know about grills that we'll talk about after we.
People should be able to listen to us off the air
no,
sometimes.
They shouldn't. No, Joe ruined that.
Yeah.
Joe made a crack
Well,
about an advertiser that wasn't advertising.
Maybe
my question was, how did they get time on this show?
Well, why don't you put more attention to it? We've already passed through it for like a year and a half ago. Penny mustard. 312-981-7200. Dorothy, how are you in Downers?
Hi, very good. Thanks. I hope you guys can give me some answers. I purchased my townhome back in September, and I knew that the air conditioning unit was 35 years old. However, the seller at the time opted to give me a home warranty plan. So now when I tried to get the unit replaced, I'm getting big song and dance from both the home warranty people and the contractor that they sent out. I am at this point now 14 days without air conditioning. I would like to just purchase it myself from another company. However, I am afraid I'm going to run into the same problem as far as waiting. Am I right in thinking that way?
You want to take that, Joe?
No, that's a legal question, right, Steve?
Well, it's not even a legal question. She's talking about that's a
claim.
That's correct.
No, but she's actually.
Well, they have the claim. The contractor now tells me that he's waiting for a purchase order from the warranty people, and I don't know why they're holding it up so long.
What's the warranty company's name?
Home Warranty of America.
All right, I've got a friend of mine works at HWA. Okay,
that's the company.
I'm going to take your name and number off of air.
Oh, good.
Okay.
And I'm going to call my friend and ask her if she could expedite your process for you. And Rich Dykstra, of course, is listening. Said that we should have you call him as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to recommend.
So, but I didn't know how the claim came into play. Of course, we're going to, send her over to Rich.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know how the claim comes into play. So I'm going to give you a phone number for Rich, and then I'll call my friend over at HWA. All right, Rich Dykstra is 708. You ready?
Okay.
You got it, Dorothy?
Yep.
708-417-7391. 708-417-7391. And Sammy's going to send Rich copy. He's going to text Rich your phone number so he can reach out to you as well. Okay, Dorothy, we'll get this thing squared away.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're awesome.
Wow, that was good. Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, HWA. We all have connections with the HWA.
No, I know one of the top sales reps. They're doing this 20 years, Mister. Stay in your lane, attorney boy. Okay.
No, wait a second. You're saying that's not amazing? That
I thought it was amazing, but he didn't even. He had the initials already. He was
HWA, Home Warranty of America. No, it's a gigantic company.
He's great. I get it.
And we had another listener.
He knows everybody.
Just because you're laughing?
Because he knows everyone.
He gets around.
I like that. You could help her.
I'm going to try to help her, right? And my contact, I said, listen, I got a call from. It happened about 6 months ago. A radio listener called in. A show listener called in. I'm like, hey, listen, this lady's having a problem. Can you see what's happening? Boom, one call was taken care of. Margie, how can we help you?
Oh, I hope you can. I have a dilemma trying to decide what to do with my mortgage. Right now, I have a current rate of 3.625 on $131,000. I can get a mortgage at 1.875, but that increases the loan by $10,000. And at present, I am paying an extra $300 on the principal, which will lower my taxes and balance, down the line. And I'm concerned about having the lower payment in 10 years when I may not have the same income that I now have. So I'm thinking maybe I should stay with the 3.625, which I now have, and continue paying the extra on the balance.
All right. So here's what I love about these scumbags that advertise these ridiculously low rates, because we talk about it all the time. All the contractors buy 3 windows and we'll give you the fourth one free.
Yeah, how much was the first one?
Right, or buy 1 window and we'll give you the 3 other ones free, but the first one costs $10,000. Okay,
right.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're drilling you with $10,000 in closing costs. I warn this to people, to our listeners all the time. Okay, don't get caught up on the rate. It's not about the rate. For God's sakes, it's not about the rate. It's about the monthly payment. And I'm fired up because I've been talking about this on the radio for over almost 20 years, that these scumbag lenders come out with the spinning plates and the fiery hoops, try to get you distracted, sell you the rate, but they don't tell you the closing costs, and you get sucked in you get sucked into this bad transaction. and it's not good for you. To pay $10,000 in closing costs is ridiculous because when you run the numbers, increasing your loan amount by $10,000 and amortize it over 30 years, as opposed to staying with what you got and taking that 10 grand and dumping it into your mortgage to pay it down faster, I guarantee you 9.9 times out of 10, you're better off not doing anything. And I'll run those numbers for you, complimentary, Marge, because it just frosts me that I see these 1.875 ads all the time on the internet, okay? And when you call up and they say the 8 to 10 to 12 to $15,000 in cost, it aggravates me, okay? It just aggravates. And what's the name of the company that's offering the 1.875?
AmeriSafe.
Yeah, AmeriSafe. That's the crap they pull. Okay, that's the crap they pull. They get you in, they suck you in with these low rates. Okay, and Quicken's another one. Okay, let's just let's just call it the way it is. I've got loan estimates saved on my desktop from Quicken Loans with like $7,000 to $8,000 to $10,000 in closing costs, which is ridiculous.
But Dave, they have a rocket.
You take your rocket and blast it. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. And you know who pays for that rocket program, Tom Janke? Every single borrower that does a refinance for them that costs them $8,000 to $10,000. A regular refinance costs about $2,000 if you don't need an appraisal, and about $2,500 to $2,600 if you do need an appraisal, depending upon where you're standing. That's the cost here within the greater Chicago area, not $10,000. This is disgusting. Our good friend Marge is. I'm sweating. I'm like all upset.
We're going to need to get the paddles.
All right,
but you could look at what Marge.
Hey, Marge, I want you to do one thing. I want you to email me whatever AmeriSafe sent you, and I will point out what they're doing and why you shouldn't do what they're asking you to do. Okay? You send it to me.
Well, thank you. You convinced me because I was a long time thinking of staying where I'm at, but I just wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing.
I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to explain what they're doing. All right. So I'm going to call you after the show. Hang tight. 312-981-7200. And for the nice lady who we helped up in Wisconsin who wanted to call in and give me an attaboy. It's not that I don't want to hear you, you bring you on there. We got a ton of text messages. I only got 12 minutes left and I got a break. So I knew we wouldn't be able to spend a lot of time. 312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Go to WGNDavid.com. That's the Mega Pros call, text, and photo line. I'm running out of air here. Steve, can you give me some oxygen?
We got to pause. Take a breath.
312-981. You want to finish it?
7,200.
We'll be back.
WGN. We all know warmer weather in Chicagoland means it's home improvement season, and ComEd wants you to stay safe. You should know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and the tools you're using, so maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any type of work around them. That's 1-800-EDISON-1. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
This is Rich Dykstra from Dykstra Home Services. Now that our hot summer is finally here, we're busting out the hot deals for our WGN listeners. We're offering free estimates on Carrier high-efficiency systems with 0% financing for up to 6 years. Call now, and we'll have one of our comfort specialists come out and properly size a new system for your home. Or, if you need service, we can have a factory-trained technician out to your home in no time to fix your air conditioner, no matter what brand. Don't delay. Call Dykstra Home Services today at 1-800-421-3220 or visit WGNCoolingGuide.com. That's 800-421-3220 or WGNCoolingGuide.com. Carrier. Turn to the experts and the experts at Dykstra Home Services, the only Carrier Hall of Fame dealer in Illinois. Dykstra Home Services, 800-421-3220 or WGNCoolingGuide.com. We'll keep you cool.
Amita Health wants you to trust your instincts if you think you need emergency care. Amita Health is here for you with emergency departments across the Chicago area, offering 24/7 access, highly trained emergency doctors and staff, a large network of specialists, and advanced technology. All of their sites provide a COVID-safe environment with extra precautions in place that follow federal and state guidelines. To find a location near you, visit amitahealth.org/emergency.
If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home, then you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local lender who will always look out for your financial best interest. Low interest rates and low housing inventory have caused home values to increase over 25%. Unfortunately, many listeners experienced a reduction in their income and relied upon their credit cards to survive and feed their families. I have great news. If you qualify, we can now access 95% of your home's value to pay off your debt. Think of all the stress you'd eliminate and how much money you'd save using your home's equity to pay off your debt and substantially reduce your monthly payments. Team Hochberg has helped thousands of WGN listeners use their home's equity to eliminate debt, but we can't help if you don't call 855-56-DAVID or visit 56david.com. Tune into Home Sweet Home Chicago, hosted by me, Saturday morning after House Smarts at 10 a.m. Homeside Financial, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1124061.
Back to Home Sweet Home Chicago.
312-981-7200, 312-981-7200. Last home stretch of the show. Larry St. Charles, you got a question about basement remodel?
Yes, I do. What it is, I got with a customer, and it was make it basement remodeling. I'm going to make this real sweet. I had one guy come out. He got me for $6,500 right off. Then he turned around after that. He said he was going to send a guy out to give me some, color, like for flooring and what we're going to do with the walls, etc. And then, bingo, he sends a guy out, and everything was wrong. The guy wasn't going to do this, wasn't going to do that, wasn't going to do this. So I said, hold it, we're not going to seal the deal here. So then the guy calls me. The first guy calls me, and he says, this guy, I'm going to say Joe is his name. He says, we fired him. So what else would you like to do? And I said, we're not going to do a deal. So now, when COVID set in, I still out $6,500. So I'm wondering if there's any kind of legal return I can go back on this or what.
Joe, how much do you take when you start a job?
Once we start, 10%.
10%. Okay, so what should Larry do here in St. Charles to overcome his challenge?
Oh, my, I don't know. So, Steve, you could help.
Well, here's the problem. When you're talking about $6,500 and you're going to sue somebody to get the money back, and I don't know if they might have had a clause in the contract.
But I need
cover
to
themselves.
You would need to see the contract.
Absolutely.
I signed something. Yeah, you had to put so much down, and then you had to go on.
I'm sorry. Is this an insurance contract?
No.
Okay.
No.
So yeah, you have to read the contract to see what's in there. But again, even if it's not in there, and he's going to sue them, to take someone to court
is expensive.
It's very expensive,
and the contractors know that.
Yeah. And so by the time you paid an attorney to go to court, because no attorney's going to take it on contingent because there's not enough money there. So by the time you pay it, it's going to take years. If you have the wrong attorney, it's going to take a long time. Yeah. And you're going to pay him a lot of money.
Can you do small claims?
You could do it yourself, but again,
go to small claims.
But here's $6,500. You can do it yourself. But again, that's difficult too.
Is this a $65,000 basement?
No, it was a $25,000 basement, and that's why he got $6,500 out of it.
Yeah, I can't. Don't do that again.
And they won't give you.
Well,
I thought for sure because they're reprimandable, really like a 5-star, and then they turn around and they pull this shenanigans, I call it.
Well, get out there and start telling people. Well, I'm going to tell people about it and start getting your money back.
Wait a second, and maybe they are reputable. You have to get to somebody in charge then.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is this in St. Charles? Did he say?
Yeah.
What's that?
Is a company based out of St. Charles? Because Tom's there and he knows everybody.
Yeah.
We
can have them taken care of.
No, I'm serious. Is a company based out of St. Charles?
I don't believe so.
Right.
I don't believe so.
All right. Well, Tom's
I would go up through the ladder.
Well, I don't want to say it over here. He might know who they are, so I don't want to say it over.
No,
on the phone,
try to get to an owner or somebody in charge because
usually reputable companies are going to be they're reputable.
Maybe you're getting kicked around by a sub or something. But here's what I always say. Should have called Mega.
I know.
That's just what I'm saying.
Well, here's what I'll say.
Yeah, but you know what? I just thought it might have gone faster, but when the COVID hit, everything shut down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
wait a
second. The owner of the company still wants to know what's going on.
Yeah, there might be a legitimate delay. We don't even we need to know that. before we
Right.
they have
Well.
St. Charles Hitman or something.
Steve, you want to add something?
I would say you always go and see if you can talk to somebody in charge.
Right.
Get some resolution there. If you don't get any resolution there, use your voice. I mean, there's so many platforms out there that you can get the word out and make people listen to you.
Hang on, Larry. We're going to put you on hold and get you a Mr. Floor cleaning product. Stephen A. Leahy, we only have about 3-4 minutes left.
No, I would like to send a Mega Pros hoodie to that.
Okay, well, can you take Larry from St. Charles information? Joe's going to send him a
And
Mega Pros
sometimes
hoodie.
that scares other contractors off the job right there.
Bad reviews or things like that will cost that company more than $6,500.
Exactly.
So it makes sense.
He already bought good reviews, maybe.
You get one bad reviews will outweigh those very quickly.
You want to resolve them ASAP.
I agree with that.
630 Ron from Wheaton. I'm looking to get a home equity line of credit. Do I have to go through a bank that has my mortgage? Absolutely not. We work with a guy at BMO Harris by the name of Brendan Sklar. We'll hook you up with him. He's a good guy. He's one of my neighbors, and sent him a ton of business this year, and he will take care of you. 312-981-7200. If we could pick up Larry and give him a Mr. Floor cleaning product of his choice. What nugget of wisdom here, Mr. Leahy, would you like to leave us with?
One thing that you and I were talking about, David, that people are leaving the state and they think they could stay out of the state for 6 months and 1 day, and somehow you won't have to pay Illinois taxes. That's not always true. You got to be careful with that. They have a list of things that they're going to look at. So I've helped a lot of people who moved out of state, and Illinois still says they owe them taxes, and you could fight it. It's not as easy as you think it is. That's the one thing is. So if you think you could just move away and prove you're away for 6 months and a day and somehow you're going to avoid Illinois taxes, not true.
Fight back now.
Fight back now.
But Steve, you could help fight it.
Yeah, we do fight it. Again, it might be that you can't because maybe what they look at is it's not residency, they call it domicile. So if you have a reason that your family's still here and you might move back here, they say you still are domiciled here, so you should still pay.
They don't want to let go.
They don't want you. They don't want your money. I was going to say your money. They don't want their money to go to Florida.
The phone number if our listeners want to reach out to you.
312-664-6649.
Tom Jenke, Builder Supply Outlet. If our listeners want to reach out to you, how do they reach out to you and your fine team at BSO and The Edge?
They can reach us at 708-343-3900, or they can go to our website, which is buildersupplyoutlet.com.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what? Because I was thinking
You
of
forgot
something
the
else.
.com part?
Nah, but everybody knows. What am I going to do? Start with www? Everybody looks at me like
we got to finish. Come on, finish it up.
So
But you
anyway,
forgot
I just,
.com.
hey, my thought of the day is, and I would instill this into people, please plan, because it isn't happening overnight anymore.
Steven Suarez, if our listeners want to reach out to you guys at RJ Graham Plumbing, how do they reach out to you?
Area code 708-743-7426 or at rjgrahamplumbing.com.
You're going to have a lot of follow-up after the show. MegaPros Joe, MegaPros Home Improvement.
Megapros.com.
You were awesome today, Joe.
What were you? You were. I liked you on this show too.
Yeah, you were great.
I thought you were funny.
We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we should just trade compliments for another couple, 15
What do you want
seconds.
to do
Just,
after this, Dave?
wrap it up.
What do you want to do?
You can listen to the podcast on the way home. You can come to my house and swim in my 95-degree pool.
Yes. Here's a tip.
Yeah.
You don't really have to heat your pool right
I know.
now.
Thank you. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, look at all the money I'm saving. You've been listening to Home Field of Chicago on AM 720 WGN. You want to reach me during the week, 855-56-DAVID. Go to 56david.com. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back next Saturday.